Do you think the invasion is imminent? Maniac! This Michael Jackson music is imminent. I know that much. I don't know about any invasion. Yeah. I think the invasion is imminent. Who's invading? What's happening? What's going down?
Oh, you didn't hear?
No.
You didn't hear about the invasion? I think Sean knows.
Is
about
this the alien invasion, or is this the invasion at the border?
Well, aren't those aliens as well?
Ah, touche.
Yeah, got you there. No, I just thought it was a funny title.
Yeah, indeed.
Are you title baiting, bro?
Oh, I love doing that. It's fantastic. It's the best. I should put featuring Elon Musk in the title.
There we go. That's how you really get them. Yep.
Very cool.
Who wouldn't come to that space? Come on.
Yeah, I just figured the other space I saw is like a recorded space. Maybe they're trying to be more serious or something, and I don't want to do that. So started my own, but I don't think I'll keep it going super long. How's everybody doing?
Fun times, man. Fun times. Good day.
So the other space the other night, Tom, I saw you were like bringing up concerns about like being associated with people or what. Like, did you bring that up? Like, what was the deal?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, the Texas Tribune, attacked everybody in Texas that met with Nick Fuentes. And so my question was, how do you define guilt by association? Do you need to physically meet with a person, or is being in a Twitter space, does that meet the definition? Because it seems like the media decides, how they're going to be guilt by association, what that definition is. And Tony said, well, you can push back in a Twitter space and it's public, it's not private. So, who cares? But I have a feeling that left-wing journalists probably would have a different opinion.
Look,
What
there's no limit. If they can tie you to anybody, they're gonna do it. So
Oh,
it doesn't really matter what the form is or to what degree. There's 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. They're gonna exercise all 6 degrees.
Kevin Bacon. Nuance, bro. I got a scientific question for you.
Okay.
What is the order of succession in the executive branch?
President, vice president, speaker of the House.
No, you're already wrong. Listen, I have it from a good source that it's the Electoral College, then the vice president,
yeah, of course.
then the general.
Who said that?
I have a video on these genius answers that people gave, and there's one guy trying to outthink everybody, and this is what he came up with.
This is your man on the street?
Is it like a Jubilee video or something? Like what?
No, it's not like a Jubilee video. It's a gem that I found about like how important Kamala Harris is and like her base of support. Not very bright.
Is it a black thing? Like what am I missing?
No, this guy, look, he kind of reminds me of Emilio from Dangerous Minds, like in his look.
Nice,
but it's just randoms on the street.
Emilio Estevez?
No, Emilio from Dangerous Minds.
Did you interview these people, or was it somebody else?
No, I didn't interview these people.
Okay.
So this is going to be on a video of yours?
Yes, I discovered this.
So
this is the most pointless video.
So this is an early promo for a video coming out. So like and subscribe to Sean.
Yeah, like and subscribe. No, but this guy, I love him. He was amazing.
Make sure you follow the actual Justice Warrior on the YouTubes. Dead air.
Dead ass. What the fuck is this dude doing?
Who's doing what now?
What are you talking about?
The gate's open and this guy wasn't moving.
Are you driving?
Yeah, I'm driving.
Oh,
it's really interesting.
Oh my God.
Did any of you Jew haters accept the invite to go debate them?
I might go when Richard comes in, but I agree with Nuance. There's no reason to sort of boost their space. They're fucking trolls. And Tom, it's borderline defamatory now.
The illiterati strikes again.
Yeah, so before any of these actors come in here and I have to leave the stage so I'm not guilty by 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, you can check out...
You're already guilty. It doesn't matter.
No, well, Tony said yesterday I wasn't, so I'm going to hold him to it.
Well, listen, it's not a definitional thing. It's whatever they want to do. If they want to smear you, they're going to smear you.
Why are people guilty? Why are people guilty of something? What's going on?
I know, it's terrible.
I said if someone wants to smear you, they're going to smear you, and they're going to use whatever they can, no matter how legit or unlegit it is.
Isn't that the truth? So, interesting. I just wanted to post this tweet that I had that kind of went a little bit viral today at the top, and it's this local rep. He's got people out there block walking, putting signs in people's yards who specifically and explicitly told them, "Hey, I don't want one of your signs. I'm voting for the other guy." And the block walker's like, "Yeah, okay," and puts the sign up anyways. I mean, not very smart or ethical.
I don't know if 123 likes is viral, but
I mean, it got 20,000 views in like 6 hours.
I don't know if that's viral. What is viral? 100K or more?
That's impressions, but yeah, it's not exactly viral.
I mean, for me, it was pretty damn good for the amount of followers I have, so I'll take
Wendy it. Boobercorn got more than that.
Wendy Boobercorn?
He got twice as much.
What are you talking about?
Hi, Dad's reply to one of my tweets, yeah.
It was Anna Paulina Luna, that thing that Nuance posted, and I just replied to it and wrote Wendy Booberhorn with like that Sandlot clip, and it got 300 likes for some reason. And I'm not blocked, so that's cool.
Wendy Booberhorn. Okay, there we go.
Hey, Boobercorn.
Oh, Boobercorn.
Oh, boy. It's been a while.
I don't even know what that is.
You don't know Wendy Boobercorn?
No. Is it Wendy Davis?
Sandlot?
Wendy Peppercorn.
Oh, I have no idea.
Come on, you had a crush on that lifeguard, and he
you've
made
never
out
seen the Sandlot?
Oh yeah, I
he
saw
grabbed her by the pussy.
The Great
gave her 9 kids.
Bambino, the Sultan of SWAT.
He pretended to be drowning just so he could make out with her, and then he gave her 9 kids.
Okay, listen. First of all, I want to say hello. Do not show up to court. You could sit up here and you can like traffic money. You can break the laws. You can extend your account, because y'all know sometimes when we over here in the Americas, we can't have our deposit until like midnight, maybe 2 days later, depending on the deposit. But let Hunter Biden tell us, I used to use drugs.
That's right.
I was using drugs, and I want America to accept me because I am I guess would he be the first son or something like that? Or the son? Whatever the
Does he use more
that
drugs
is.
than you do?
What is he?
Yeah.
But I don't have to show up. I'm going to stand across the street, and we're going to tell the courts I'm not coming to court. Man, I would not be a felon if I can do that. I would have said, like, me and my mom, I would have had a blowhorn. I'm not coming to court. I know I'm guilty. Right. I'm still not coming in there. I'm guilty because I'm me. I'm just me. Okay.
But what about the butter biscuits?
I don't know. And what about the butter biscuits? Whatever the fuck that is. And whoever said that, you a biscuit. I want to talk about the muffins.
Well, go ahead. Talk about the muffins. Tell us about the muffins.
The muffins are people.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
No, I know the muffins. Those are people that live in luxuriously, and they sit on like muffin, like they sit on stools. Like, how the fuck did the president of the United States, his name is Joe Biden.
Is that a high society thing to sit on a stool?
You know how you can like take the little, what about bags, like bean bags?
I don't know if they're high.
I think it's bean bags. You know how the stools, like you could like,
So
gas,
beanbags are
like
for the
how you
elite,
could
is what
move
you're
them
saying?
over. Those are like when extra gas that you didn't know was coming. Well, sit on that. They can't even sit on the couch. They just got to sit on a stool. They can't even lean
That's
back.
a good point. I never thought about it.
I'm lost.
It's okay.
Where's Phil when you need him?
Pay attention, Andy.
Yeah, Andy, get your head out of your ass.
For real, jeez.
How do you come? Like, let me ask Andy. Where's Andy? Who is
Andy's
Andy?
the cat.
Is
He's the cat.
apparently Andy. You a punk. You're not even a good cat.
I'm what?
Where's Andy?
Oh,
Andy is an anti-Jewish cat.
Oh,
Them
he's
fight.
Jewish.
Oh,
Why are you doing that? Because Andy is not. Andy is not. You can't even be a Jew and be Andy. See what I'm saying?
Whoa! Hey, pick your words very carefully.
Okay. Who is Andy? Andy, can you wave?
I'm Andy. What's up?
Who is Andy?
He's a cat.
Cats are smart. You cat.
What do you
You've
mean?
been
Thank you. What do you mean? Who's Andy?
No. If Andy is a cat, that means he's a cat owner. Andy?
That's a good point. Yep.
That's true. I do own a cat.
Logically,
Two cats. I own two cats and a dog.
That's frankly why
And
I
his
don't trust him
favorite,
to a large degree. He has a cat.
at nighttime is Garfield. Am I right or wrong?
Garfield? Yeah, Garfield's cool, I guess.
Guys, it's much too early for this.
Yeah. Just kick her.
Well, if you've got a better idea.
Oh,
Tom, your mic's
Is that
unmuted.
Tom
We can
listening
hear
to
you
that?
at the gay club.
You got Weekend at Bernie's over there? What's going on?
Don't get turned up because you speaking to me. Stop putting on that makeup. Don't do that. Don't put the makeup on the cat. Stop.
I heard the gay rodeo was in town. All right, that's it. That's enough. That's enough. She's out. That's enough. I can't do it anymore.
I gotta be starting.
I can only handle her in like 2-minute increments.
What was she talking about? Hunter? I had no idea what she was talking about the whole time.
Look, this space
It's been a while.
She's she's a semi-regular. I always just bring her up, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna tolerate some nonsense for a couple minutes.
A cameo.
It's always fun.
So what's this invasion that's imminent?
Oh, you don't know about the invasion?
I have no idea what's going on.
Oh, well, I thought... Oh, never mind. You're not in that position anymore. What's your new job?
It's a great question. I'm unemployed till January.
Adam, you sound sick. Are you
okay? But you have one lined up, and so what is it?
Well, I'm not gonna say. Yeah, I'm pretty sick.
Can you DM it to me?
Man.
Say what? Hi, Dad.
I said I'm sorry. I hope you feel better.
Thank you.
Can you DM me the answer?
No.
Oh, fuck you.
Well, no, thank you.
That wasn't an offer.
I think he was.
It was a demand.
Wishful thinking.
Disavow. So what's popping, y'all?
Makala.
Oh, I could imagine Nuance being one of those guys when he was like in high school where he had 2 polo shirts on, 2 or 3.
He had a pink polo and a yellow polo, like both popped.
Yeah, just straight like he would iron it extra pop.
I bet you he did.
He'd probably starch the shit out of it just so it would be extra crispy. You know what I mean?
I was the dude eating tuna sandwiches in class, stinking up the whole place. And I'm like, I'm trying to get my protein in. And the girls would be complaining because it smelled like tuna.
Wow.
Did they see the
AK,
sandwich
you
or
were
did they
the
just think
weird
it was you?
autistic kid.
Hey, at least the girls were talking to you, right?
Sometimes, not really.
So they let you eat in class? That's wild.
So what I would do is I would start eating during snack time because we had lunch, but we also had a snack time.
The fuck you had a snack time? It was kindergarten?
The snack time was only like 10 minutes, and I wasn't able to finish both my sandwiches in that time frame. I think I was a slower eater back then. And now I eat very quickly. It's not a
Did you
problem.
Napoleon Dynamite it like with the tots in your pockets?
No, I would just be eating it in class.
That's a great reference.
Yo, give me some of your tots. No, get your own.
Yeah.
Give us some DC gossip. What you got?
Not much, to be honest. I'm pretty extremely low energy right now. Like I'm so low energy, I don't want to.
Low energy Jeb.
I know you know some shit.
I know, of course, I know shit, but like I'm so low energy, I don't even want to turn on the TV. That's why
He's
I'm doing
born to
spaces.
secrecy.
All right, you don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to talk about like the eyes wide shut shit that you participate in. I'm talking about like other people's stuff.
I mean, like, how do you think I got sick? Right? Heyo, room shot.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I got
imagine
sick
that's how you
too.
got your
Something's
new
going
job.
around.
Yeah, a lot of people are sick right now. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I guess it's the
I went out
whatever.
Saturday, and then I was like, "Oh no, I've got a cold." Sunday morning, one thing
Yeah,
led to another.
Adam's got the
Dang,
new
you're sick
COVID.
too?
the new Chinese thing, whatever it is.
Nah, I hope not. But
And
I feel
before
fine
we
now.
all
I mean,
get that shit at Amfest.
Yeah, the new Wu flu.
Oh, everyone's gonna get sick at Amfest.
Yeah, Adam, you're going right?
Absolutely.
He's going to get everybody sick. That's the plan.
Hong Kong fluey.
That's
Oh,
why
boy.
I'm hardcore recovering right now. Like
I swear to God, if you're still sick by Amfest and you get us all sick, I'm
actually I'm pretty okay now. My voice has just come back.
Okay.
It's gonna give you a tuna knuckle sandwich.
Okay, there, bud.
Yeah, I'll give you a tuna sandwich. What was I gonna say? Yeah,
I'm bringing the grippers. Are you gonna be able to
no,
close two?
I'm gonna be so fucking weak. Come to Amfest.
What about the 1.5? You gonna close the 1.5?
I mean, I'll give it a shot. Like I'm happy to embarrass myself.
Okay.
For
like,
content, is this
You
gonna
know
be
what
on
I'm
YouTube?
thinking? I'm thinking while Monolith is getting all the e-girls for HCB, I'll get them just to do the grippers and see which e-girl has the strongest grip.
Do you really want a girl with a strong grip? Asking for a friend.
I mean, it depends. It depends. But here's what I'm really wondering, and I'm not really wondering it, but do you think I'll be able to find a single girl at the conference that can close a number one?
No.
I mean,
Maybe
if you did,
maybe Lisa could.
It might be Riley Gaines, but outside of that, I don't know if I could find
Taylor's girlfriend's there, maybe.
I doubt that. We'll see.
Really?
We'll see.
I think you can.
Oh, really? You want to make a bet?
No, I don't want to fucking make a bet.
I like making bets. It's
I'll
fun.
make a bet that
you're
nobody
fucking
can.
like,
if
I
you're gonna
wanna
bet
make
that somebody
money.
can.
do you sports bet at all, Nuance?
Bets are fun. No, I don't sports bet.
Why not?
He doesn't watch sports.
Only like UFC and stuff.
And arm wrestling.
Oh, arm wrestling's fun too. I love watching arm wrestling.
Arm wrestling is a good time to watch. I agree.
I'll make a bet that nobody does it if you're willing to bet that somebody will. In the girl realm.
Well, we need to have like an over under, right?
No,
like,
I don't think a single girl's gonna be able to close.
I agree, which is
so the over under
I'm willing to bet
is a half, right? So, hi, Dad, you're taking the.
Should I put out a bounty if a single girl can close the number one? They get like $100 or something.
I mean, sure.
Maybe Lady Maga can.
Well, that doesn't count. I'm talking biological. First of all, Lady Maga
Oh,
doesn't even.
really?
Yeah, Lady Maga doesn't even identify as a woman, so that doesn't even count. That's
Well,
just a drag.
what's that swimmer? What's that guy's name?
You know what you should do?
Leah
is, like,
Thomas.
Yeah, I'll get Leah Thomas.
Leah
you know what you
Thomas
should do?
definitely
Is,
going to Amfest.
You should also like
Leah Thomas is like head speaker.
Yeah, we're gonna have the fireworks. Welcome, Leah Thomas.
I mean,
Nuance.
Bruce Jenner,
You can do the 2.5 or can you do the 3?
I haven't even tried the 2.5. I can do the 2, but I think my debut with the 2.5 might be at Amfest. We will see.
You should also.
All right, so I won't go to Amfest this year, but next year I'll do a competition. So we have a year to train. We'll bet I don't know, whatever you want to bet. Whoever gets the highest number wins.
Interesting. Man, okay, is this excluding like some sort of like freak accident or something?
Sure, we can exclude like a freak accident or like an arm injury or
like,
bicep tear or something.
For
sure.
What do you close now?
Well, I only have I have up through the trainer right now, and I can do reps on that pretty easy. So.
Okay, well that doesn't really help.
So it'll be like sports betting rules. The bet will be voided, and people will return their money. If there's an injury or some other pre-event,
what are we betting?
Disqualifier.
I don't know. You want to bet $100 or something?
$100 a person.
$100. Wait, what are your stats? Give me height, weight, all that shit.
He's a cat, bro.
5'7". I dropped down to about 200 right now. Do you want my maxes on lifts or?
Yeah, let's do the lifts. What you got on lifts?
The bench is right now probably about 270, 275. Deadlift and squat are probably about, I'd say probably about 350-ish right now.
Okay, we can make the bet. That works. I don't like year-long bets, but we'll do it. We'll do it. Hopefully somebody remembers.
So it's 100%.
DM me the bet, and then it'll be on record.
$100 per person.
Andy sounds like my brother. Like my brother's not. He's like super muscular and can lift like an unbelievable amount of weight and is only like 5'7". It's kind of crazy.
Like Frank Columbo.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. My brother looks like Rocky Balboa.
Wait, Freddie, are you gonna go to Amfest?
No.
I figured.
Yeah, I wanted to go, but I didn't have time, and I'm blowing a lot of money going somewhere else. So.
Where are you going?
I'm going
Australia.
Yeah.
For what?
Wait, are you really?
Yeah, I am.
I just guessed it.
Wow, Marie.
Wow.
Wait, what's the occasion?
I'm gonna go see my cousin down there in March, so that'll be cool. He's gonna propose to his girl, so that's gonna be pretty exciting.
Watch her be on this space.
Wait,
no.
Have you ever been to Australia before?
I haven't. I went to New Zealand when I was a baby, but I don't remember any of that.
Yeah, that doesn't count. Is this Sydney? You doing the West Coast?
We're doing Sydney, Brisbane, Gold Coast.
Go to Byron Bay.
Yeah. Isn't that where
Darwin?
You gonna go to Bondi? You gonna go to Bondi, mate?
Bondi is so fucking far from Sydney.
Is it? What are you talking about?
It's like a suburb an hour outside of the city.
Oh, I thought you meant like actually far, like.
I mean, it's kind of a far drive. It's not a fun drive.
That's not far.
It's not a fun drive.
I thought you meant like Australia far. I don't think people realize how big Australia is.
How big is Australia?
Very large. It's like the
pretty
sixth
fucking
largest
huge.
country
Like
or something
you
like that.
take it and put like overlay it with America.
It's almost the same size.
It's not that different.
It's a big country.
Yeah, we're
you know what else?
Is it bigger than the? Is it bigger than the contiguous 48?
I think it's like the fifth or sixth largest country. Russia, Canada, United States, China.
Everyone thinks Brazil, because they'll look at the Mercator projection for Brazil and think it's not that big. Dude, huge. Brazil is ginormous. It'll stretch like vertically from the southern tip of Texas and Brownsville all the way past Manitoba in Canada. Like it's
Manitoba's on the border.
What? Manitoba
is pretty close to the border.
Manitoba's the top.
Manitoba is not the top.
It's not? What am I looking?
Yukon?
Northwest Territories.
Yukon is like kind of by Alaska.
Let me check.
You're talking about
It's
like
true.
the
Yukon's the furthest north.
provinces of like where all
no, I'm talking about like the northern part of Manitoba.
Isn't that what?
Yeah, Manitoba's very like long vertically. Like it obviously
it's almost
starts
the
at the
same
southern
vertical
border,
length as
but
the
then it
U.S.
goes up. Like it might even go into Nunavut or whatever the fuck that is.
No. In Manitoba, it touches the southern border of Nunavut. It's
You said Winnipeg.
Who said Winnipeg?
I don't know. I'm kind of having issues right now.
The
'cause I
words
have
Winnipeg.
mastitis.
Yeah,
So
the
I have
words
like
Winnipeg
flu.
never came out of my mouth.
I thought you said Winnipeg.
It's a baby.
The baby said Winnipeg.
That was his first word.
No, I'm like fucked up. Like I have mastitis.
What's
And
that?
it's like cows get it in their boobs. I have that in my boob. I have a really mild case.
Does that affect your hearing?
It makes
Probably should.
I'm like super drowsy. I'm dizzy. Yeah, it gives you flu-like symptoms. So I'm like really not feeling good.
Are you able to fix that somehow? How does that work?
Yeah, it kind of goes away pretty fast.
Do you have like abscesses?
No, thank God, no. That would be really bad.
I'm reading it
Baby
right now.
says
My
Winnipeg
wife
and
got it pretty
No,
bad.
that's like a severe case. I have like a very, very mild case. I just have some like red, tender, swollen boobs.
medium rare. Got it.
Yep. It's not very fun, and it's very common when you're breastfeeding. Like everyone in my female mom group has had it multiple times.
Well, I'd
like,
hope they'd be
it
female
sucks.
moms. That'd be kind of weird if they'd be dude moms.
Well, there's dude moms. Look at Shane Dawson.
Do you know what the treatment? Do you know what the treatment for mastitis used to be before like antibiotics?
What?
The doctor would have the husband just like suck as hard as he could to clear the clotted milk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, one of my friends suggested that, and I was like, yeah, no thanks. So I just did cabbage.
Yeah, I'm looking at like some of the for severe cases, the surgery that they have to do for.
Oh no, I do not have a severe case at all. Like it'll be gone by morning.
I mean, I guess they can do it under local anesthesia, but it's still pretty gnarly.
Yeah, I hope that's not me.
Why are you this?
Whoa! Hey,
So
Sean.
Michael Jackson robbed a subway in Houston. It's in the Jumbotron.
What?
He's a smooth criminal.
Oh, a Subway like the restaurant?
Yeah. It looks like the one down the street.
Well, they should have fucking capitalized it. It makes it confusing.
Wait, you guys are talking about milk? What context are you speaking about this in?
It's disgusting. Let's not go there.
Marie's making a breast milk latte for her boyfriend.
Oh my god!
Extra foam.
No.
The other day,
bacon
Marie was
strong.
talking about shaking it up to make it come out as butter. I mean, Jesus, Marie, relax.
No, I was
Whoa!
not.
Disavow. Listen, we don't want to
I think
curdle
someone said that to me though on a space.
Are you thinking about turning it into butter?
No, you can't. It's too watery.
Someone from Suckle Gang pulled up and was like talking about that.
Dude, on Facebook Marketplace, I see women selling their breast milk all the time, like for a lot of money.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess people buy it.
Natural bodybuilders.
All bodybuilders. Like, did you drop that off at
Nasty.
Planet Fitness, please?
Asking for a friend.
Disavow.
I also assume it's like women who can't breastfeed
Marie,
buy it as well.
There's a few creepy dudes in there who are like, yeah,
I know.
I need some titty milk,
Just wake
Who
up
was
every
that
morning
kid
with
again
a
who
boob
wanted
milk
to
stack.
buy breast milk? What was his name? He went on like a mission. Kai.
Yeah.
Well, Kai and John are both on Suckle Gang.
Suckle Gang, exactly.
I doubt John has ever fucking gotten breast milk.
You want to bet?
Maybe once. Like we got
Imagine
it
being
one
someone
time.
jump in.
Yeah,
this
but
space
like
now.
if you're gonna
Josiah posted a video of him drinking breast milk like a
yeah,
month or two
I
ago.
mean, it just
Did they
tastes like
really?
sugar water. It's not
yeah, but
like
like here's the problem, right? Like if I'm gonna buy breast milk off of Facebook Marketplace, I better be able to feed you orange peels first, like they do for the cows.
If I'm gonna get my breast milk, it needs to come from an
Feed her
ethical
sugar cubes
source.
out of your
Okay,
hand.
nuance.
Grass-fed,
Or
grass-finished.
organic
Yeah, exactly.
grass
There
fed
can't be any
breast milk.
antibiotics. She's got
well,
a clean
I
diet.
have organic breast milk because I only eat organic.
Free range booby milk.
Pineapples only,
Exactly,
please.
nuance. I'm telling you.
Well, we can't let the women be free range. Come on, you have to have
No,
cage.
they can be free range.
Kitchen
They can't have
range.
jobs. That's the difference.
At least cage
Cage-free
free.
farm
You
fresh.
can't go with caged.
Well, are you Penn
Got it.
January
Padlock breast milk
or
tastes gnarly. You can't be using that.
We
Okay.
want
I mean,
cruelty-free breast milk.
I
To
mean,
be
you don't have to
honest,
so?
freeze
Yeah, I mean
it
that's
No,
a
or
great
anything. You
question.
can like
cruelty
kind of steam
maximum
them
for
up like
breast
veal.
milk.
Whoa,
You
calm
want to
down.
be able to taste the fear and the adrenaline in the breast.
yeah,
I
it
want.
throes of
You
death.
want to taste the cortisol?
I'm so glad this isn't.
I want to know it
I
had
mean,
a
it probably
nickname.
is recorded, but
See, you wouldn't want to do this in boxing space. It just
no.
No,
I
you
was gonna
should
say
go
some.
in there and just
What,
derail
disparage
the
women?
whole
No.
conversation.
To be fair, like I don't really care if anything I say gets out of context because my boss said to me like the other day, he's like, I don't care if you do anything bad on the internet, just don't do it in your work clothes. So that's pretty set right there. Like
Are
I
you in
can't
your
say
work clothes right now, Fred?
Yeah, that
no. I'm
sounds like
not
a
in my work
more
clothes.
dangerous threat than you understand. That means if it traces back to your work, you're gonna have a problem.
My boss just says you
Now
can't.
we have to
Like
figure out where Freddie works.
you probably won't. I mean, you
And then we'll
could.
just Photoshop your work clothes onto your profile picture and show them all the tweets.
My boss still wouldn't fire me. He'd be like, "All right, that's okay." He'd probably agree with me on the women's stuff because he's from a different generation.
What is he like divorced?
Like he almost got divorced last year. It's pretty
There
bad.
you go. He's like a big Andrew Tate fan right now, probably.
Yeah,
What do you
I mean, he
mean?
probably
What do you mean?
eventually.
Almost like she filed the paperwork and then he pulled the shotgun. Like I don't understand what this almost divorce thing means.
Like she almost divorced him pretty much. So
And then he
they
killed
didn't
her.
get divorced.
And then?
And then he pulled out a gun and blew his brains out. No, like no,
And
he's
then?
like he just didn't get divorced. Is what it is.
Yeah, but
She
how
was
close
having
was
an
the almost? Did she
episode and
file
she
or
threatened him and it just was a false threat. Let's just say it what it is.
did she miss the date on the filing? Because that can happen sometimes.
It was just a threat. That's it.
Who are we even
Women do
talking about?
this. I know women who they use this as leverage. They know that a guy really doesn't want to get divorced, so they'll use it as leverage. It's a bully tactic.
A shit
Yep.
test, if you will.
I'm not scared of getting divorced. I didn't even get a prenup.
You're scared when you have kids, though.
Is this true?
I mean, like if you want your kids, or say, like one person I know, the girl came into the relationship with someone else's kid, and he has like a really good relationship with that kid. So if they got divorced, his relationship with that child would cease to exist, and that child, like this woman, is not good. Like that child needs hit that guy. Like it would be a really terrible situation for him.
Hey, did you have any postpartum shit happen?
What do you mean? In what way?
Like the depression? I don't know.
No, I didn't have depression, but I had a lot of body problems and pains I did not expect that are still ongoing.
Like discharges.
No, like actual like weird vagina pains. Like I don't even know like the type of I've never felt. You know how like you've had pain in different parts of your body and you could recognize that type of pain? I had pain that I can't even verbalize what the fuck that was. It's like the weirdest feeling.
Fascinating. Is it getting less or like more over
No,
time?
no, it's getting less, but it's just like it's really random. It's like when I'm sleeping, kind of. And I had because I had a pretty. I don't know if I even talked
Restless
about it.
Vag syndrome.
I don't know if I even talk about it, but I had like a really traumatic birth experience. Like it was like I was traumatized. They diagnosed me with post traumatic stress syndrome from it, like PTSD from the birth experience. So
What
I was
happened?
having a lot of bad dreams
Are you able to
after.
say why or no?
Well, I had just like really bad nurses, and during my labor, they forced me on my back the whole time and wouldn't help me. And then after delivery, a nurse tried to inject me with 16 units of insulin against doctor's orders, and the doctor had to physically like remove her from the room. So she
Holy
almost like killed
shit.
me. Yeah, it was really awful. I had really bad nurses on the delivery floor. I had good postpartum nurses, but on the delivery floor, I only had one good nurse, and I was there
That
for
like
like 2 days.
which Chicago hospital?
It was Evanston Hospital, which sucked because a lot of my friends who gave birth there had really, really good experiences, and I just got really screwed. Like, I don't know, I just got really unlucky. Like, it was very bad. It was like anything I would say, they would basically pretend I didn't say anything and wouldn't help me. It was fucked up.
Do you know if they were doing like fast acting insulin or long lasting
It was
insulin?
fast acting.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they would have killed me because before, so like my endo had specific notes in my files because like after you give birth, usually there'll be like a big insulin reduced need. So I would revert back to the insulin requirements I had prior to pregnancy, and I had really high insulin requirements like towards the end of my pregnancy. Like, like I needed a unit per every like 4 grams of carbs. So my correction factor
Don't
was
they
really
usually
high.
say like 10 or something?
What? 10 what?
10, it's like 10 grams of carbs
Yeah, but this
for every eye
pregnancy,
unit.
like just look up online like pregnancy insulin graph and you'll see like your insulin requirements for all diabetics goes up as the pregnancy progresses. That's why I was so monitoring my blood sugar so closely. But so she was trying to give me insulin requirements cuz I don't know, the birth made my blood sugar like just like skyrocket, like super high. Like I was like 300 or 400. So she was doing like a crazy correction um as if I was pregnant when I was no longer pregnant. And the doctor like looked at her like she was an insane person, and she kept just saying, "We're on the delivery floor, so I have to treat her as if she's pregnant." And the doctor's like, "She's had the fucking baby. You have to read the notes and you have to give her the dosing that is required based off the endocrinology." And she refused. It was a shit show. Oh, I had one nurse say to me, like the day prior, she didn't even know what a gram of carb was. That was very, very
What?
Dude, how
frightening.
the fuck do these people become healthcare
They're like
professionals?
older. It's either they're older or they're stupid. I mean, it's not that hard to become a nurse.
It's ridiculous.
Real facts. Like
They always skip the nutrition part, even though it's,
Yup, 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 yup. It was
Well,
pretty fucking
next
frightening.
next time you should get DiGiorno instead of delivery.
Well, next time I have a baby, I'm bringing a doula with me.
A
Because,
home DiGiorno?
no, a doula. It's like a advocate person. So, like, because,
I
like,
thought the
you're
joke
in a
was like,
compromised position. You can't yell at people. Especially your first time, you have no idea what the fuck is about to happen. So, it's probably good to have someone there who knows the process, probably is a nurse, and can yell at people for you.
Maria, I was going to say, I'm happy you're alive because insulin of that amount can cause a cardiac arrest in a relatively healthy person nigh instantly. I'm tempted to ask you a bit more about the background information of the nurse, but I believe this is not the correct venue for that. What I did want to get
I knew it. I knew you're. I know
Wait, you
exactly
cut
what you're
out for
getting.
me. I don't know what you
I
said.
was
He's asking you if the
He
nurse is
wants
a
to know the
black lady.
demographics. Yeah.
She was Jewish.
Oh.
Dude, this is
Oh.
such okay, this is fascinating.
She
Oh.
was a fat Jewish
Eat
person.
that
When
blockchain.
she came into my delivery room while I was pushing, because like there was a shift change,
Mm-hmm.
she told me like, "Oh, like I can't wait to have a baby. But I'm pretty sure my baby will be a diabetic because my husband's pre-diabetic because everyone in his family is pre-diabetic and so is my family. And she's like fat, and it's like me and my partner were like looked at each other like,
Okay,
yeah,
this actually makes a lot of sense. I'm just
of
going to say,
course.
historically, like if you ever look at crimes in, say, the 1500s or so, women who are struggling to have birth or give birth in a healthy manner, displaying stuff that could logically be seen or construed as them sabotaging the offspring of another woman who's healthier, that is actually something which is quite robust through evolutionary intrasexual dynamics for at least 500 years.
I mean, the minute I walked into that hospital, I felt like such a bad feeling. I tried to leave. Like, I was like, because they made me get induced and I did not want to be induced. I'm like, I have a bad feeling. Like, I don't want to do this. And like, they were trying to scare me. They told me everything because I was in a high risk clinic within the hospital. They were telling me, oh, everything those doctors told you is not what we do here. And I'm like, what the fuck? They work here. What are you fucking talking about?
Whoa.
And they were like, it was in fucking
Well, next
insane.
time,
Like, it was crazy.
next time you can have a water birth at home.
No, I'm a diabetic. No midwife would ever allow me to do that. I could not find a single nurse practitioner who would do that with me. They don't want to take that liability.
You just need to be at the hospital whenever.
Yeah,
you
but what if you got
pops.
a like a 10 wife instead of a midwife?
That
Well,
was a good joke. Wow.
Sean's got jokes.
I did not see that coming, and
What can you say?
Wow.
yeah. Pearl can eat fucking shit when she says those really derogatory things about pregnancy and delivery. Like, she can go fucking die. Like, I
Pearl's
hate
never
her.
gonna have kids, man.
Well, I
And if
know,
she
but she
does,
said,
it's
they're
gonna
like,
be
oh,
some
it's so
black
easy.
dude.
It's so easy. Like, after that happened to me, I looked up the statistics, and it was, like, kind of astounding that, like, 1 in 3 women have traumatic births. Like, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, very low percentage have no
Very.
problems. Like, I had a sister that had absolutely no problems. She didn't need anything, and they told her, "Congratulations, you're like in the .00
No,
whatever
it wasn't
percent."
even like that. It was a me problem. It was a them problem. Like, it was their issues.
That's what
Like,
I always say too.
no, it
My
wasn't
wife
a me problem. It was a them problem.
I
my
mean,
wife started having 5-minute contractions 5 minutes apart Thursday morning, and we didn't have our baby until Tuesday morning. So it was like 100 and I don't know how many hours of irregular contractions.
oh wow.
Well, like the Pitocin they gave me, like I didn't want it because of the very reason that, like, what happened was like it started hurting my baby because the contractions, like, too early on were too strong. So it was like possibly gonna put my baby in distress. And I was like, this is why I didn't want to fucking do Pitocin, you motherfuckers. So never doing that again.
Wait, did you do epidural?
I hated the epidural. I don't really want to do it again. I hated it so much. It was like, so epidural, if someone had explained it to me like this before I got it, I wouldn't have gotten it. But it's, when you go to the dentist and they put Novocaine in your mouth and you can't feel your jaw,
Yeah.
that's the epidural, but you don't feel the whole bottom half of your body. And I have like severe back pains, and it made my back pain like excruciatingly bad, where it was as if I could only feel my back pain and I couldn't move my legs, and my legs felt like these really hard, when you go to the doctor and they do Novocaine on your cheeks, my legs felt like that. And that's the thing I hate about the dentist the most, is when they do that. It's my least favorite feeling, like, in the world. And it was just, I don't know, that
Yeah, you
shit.
can't feel your face. You can't feel your legs.
No, you can't, like, you
Exactly.
don't even have, like, control of movement of your face when that happens.
Yeah. And you feel
You
like your
can't
face
move
is
your
a
legs.
balloon.
You
I feel like
literally, they
my
don't
face
let
is
you
a
stand
balloon
up.
or
They
something.
don't let you do anything.
We usually just drool out the side of your mouth.
No, Tom, that's
They
just
had
what you do
to they
normally.
had to reduce the dose on my wife's epidural too, because she couldn't push. She was too numb to push.
Yeah, I was at, like, I guess the lowest, and it was just I hated it. But then the epidural, once everything was said and done, it it wore off of me really, really fast, and I was like, I want to get the fuck up, let me walk, and the girl made me wait like an hour before she would let me get up, and I was like, bruh, I can get up, my legs move now.
You know, this could have all been avoided if you got a surrogacy like Shane Dawson and his husband and
Yeah,
Dave
I don't
Rubin.
trust another woman to have been so careful about their diet like I was.
So, what's going on with the Monica situation? Because she's coming
Oh
after
my God,
Zach.
Fryman.
She's coming after you.
Listen.
She's
I'm going to
coming
say
after
this. I'm going to
Nuance.
say one thing and only one thing. If
I
Miss
mean,
Piggy tweets
listen,
at my
have you ever
handle one
seen
more
her
time, she's going to
post or
get
Wait, she
blocked.
talk about
tweeted
anything?
out your
That's
handle?
going to be the end of her
Yeah.
interacting with me. If Miss Piggy does it one more time, she's
Ma,
blocked.
ma, ma,
Oh, she
ma, ma,
called out. She thinks you're single. She thinks you're unable
Well,
to
she
find a
thinks a lot
girlfriend.
of things. She thinks a
try,
lot
try,
of
try,
things, and
Oh,
that's
did
why
she say
she's in
that
her current
too? I didn't
position.
see
Let me,
that.
let me, let me. I'll post in the Jumbotron. Hold on.
yeah, Monica has decided following October 7th to take a very subtle, careful analysis of arguments she disagrees with. And she has went from a shock jock radio presenter on a 2-bit regional outlet to a formative legal thinker within the Zionist community. And if you can't respect that, if you can't take that to heart, well, maybe ask yourself, why do you send money to Hamas? Simple as that.
She's
I
taken
thought
on
she was on.
a rabbinical position, transferring her ministry from one Abrahamic faith to the other.
See, I thought
Like,
she
Wait,
was on
Rachel
Fox
who?
News.
Some people call that
No,
apostasy.
Monica Matthews.
Well, it's what do you call it?
She's
It's
got the
Oh,
blasphemy, is what
alliterated
it is.
name, you know.
in the
Sorry, I was
Sean.
thinking of the other friend.
No, Sean loves alliterated names, but Monica Matthews. I thought this was a woman on Fox News because she looks like a woman on Fox News.
No,
Turns out,
no,
Bruh,
oh
dude,
no,
come
no,
no.
no,
on, get
no.
it together, dude.
She looks like three
I
women
thought
on
she
Fox
was
News.
that woman that took in that black orphan who became a really famous athlete. I thought that was her.
No, that's Sandra Bullock.
Oh shit.
Are you talking about that movie, Blindside?
Yeah, that or the Hurt Locker, one or the other.
Wait, so like,
Tomato, tomato.
how is Monica? Like, how does she have so many followers? Like, I don't.
Marie, she's in a space right now.
She's
She's in
been
a
on since like
It's just
2008.
listen.
That's
You
how.
have the alliterated name. You got the professional headshot, and then you just
Like, I'm
like
just
copy
wondering, like, how
paste
does she make money? Like, I just don't get
She's
it.
like Radio Megan McCain.
Who
That's how
knows?
she
Maybe
makes
she
money.
radio
doesn't.
person, I guess.
I wondered the same thing about many people in our sphere. You
Well,
know,
Tom loves Monica though. So
do I?
Whoa.
Do I?
Big
Wait,
if
is
true.
someone?
oh
Wait, who's
wow, he's
talking?
disavowing her. Good.
Oh, is
We
it
No,
like to
no,
see
Zach?
these
I
things.
can't
no.
hear
I'm just saying
Zach.
it's a lot of allegations
You
here.
can't
It's a
hear
Hold
lot.
me?
on, Zach. I gotta draw. I
It's
can't
lots
All
of
hear.
right.
allegations.
Hold on.
I don't have a problem with Monica personally.
She has a problem with everybody in here but you.
Well, why is that?
Wait, was she the
Because
one who
I
called you
mean,
guys all
you
Does
might
she
have
Hitler?
have
to
a
ask her.
problem with Marie Oakes too?
She doesn't have a problem with me. I
Possibly.
don't know her,
Is she
so
the one
I'm in the
that called you
clear.
guys
Yeah, I don't
all
think that's an accurate
Hitler
statement.
and Nazis, or was that stealth?
she said Jew haters. Yeah.
Testing.
Look.
I
I
can
was
hear
in.
you.
She is. There's a concurrent space running right now, and I was in it speaking, and I heard without any single throwback that this is the exact logic of thinking that's going on currently. You don't support Hamas, but you support Palestinian resistance. The Palestinian resistance is the PLO. The PLO were originally KGB orientated. You support the KGB, therefore you support secret police, therefore you're a communist. I'm not joking or exaggerating. That was the train of logic that we were going towards. No pushback. That was just a
It's pure mental
perfectly
gymnastics. I mean, there's
Yeah, I
no other
like
way to put it.
that,
hopscotch as much as the next
that's
person.
not
That's
mental
wild.
gymnastics. That's
It's mental
Chinese
masturbation. Yeah.
whispers. Unfortunately, maybe just gibberish. It was just there was no
Well,
desire
you
to
know,
be
the host
serious.
of that space has posted alcoholic beverages many times and has said, "Oh, I'm having a few tonight." Ha ha. It's just definitely an old bitter drunk, so it's a waste of everyone's time.
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, I was asked when I went up to speak, I want to talk a little bit about October 7th, and just the first question was like, do you think rape is a good way to get your way? I was like, not
Yeah,
particularly.
the
Like,
loaded nature of those questions, like they can just get fucked with this. They're not open for honest discourse, and I don't know what else to say about it. They're a waste of time, and they're going to regret these stances that they take, basically approving of carpet bombing of innocent people. It's pretty fucked
well,
up.
I heard them waxing lyrical that Israel is being so utterly upright and moral right now that they will literally rewrite the rules of war based on Israel's actions for the last 4 to 5 weeks. The exact words were they will rewrite the rules of engagement because of how careful and with a magnifying glass the IDF has been behaving in Gaza and, of course, the West Bank, which is just
Yeah,
like you can't argue with that. You just can't
I think
argue with that.
Netanyahu said in a video that investigating war crimes is anti-Semitic. Investigating Israeli war crime. I'm not even joking. I'll find the video.
Yeah, can you find that? That's hilarious.
I think that was the U.S. ambassador. I think it was on CNN. I think this is the one you're talking about, where it was whether or not Israel's engaging in war crimes, and he said to accuse Israel of engaging in war crimes is akin to some form of Holocaust denial. You're denying the atrocities that led to these actions, which is fine. Let's just ironclad events without
It's
any
in the
sort of level of.
jumbotron.
There it is. Oh, I'll have to bookmark this and listen later.
Somebody talking right now?
Oh God! Here, I'll drop.
He's BB is out. The minute this lowercase war is over, he's gone. Benny Gantz is going to take over
When
almost
do you think
immediately.
that'll be? When do you think that'll be?
Well, that's why I think BB's ratcheting it up. He's currently sitting on the greatest breach of Israel's security since arguably the Yom Kippur War. So his career is shot to pieces. If he leaves in 3 or 4 weeks, the last most significant thing he did before gerrymandering votes for a fourth or fifth run was overseeing a military breach that killed X amount of civilians. It's a tremendous end to the reign of someone so corrupt and cynical. To see him clambering for more bodies, and if he can fundamentally say Hamas has been beaten militarily, ideologically, whatever you want, he can reclaim some level of kind of revisionist attitudes towards his rule.
What the hell's this Slate article? There's a Slate article that says the reply guys who won repeatedly commenting on your crush's Twitter posts is a terrible dating strategy until it isn't. What?
Come again?
Sounds a little creepy to me, man. I don't know.
I didn't know Slate did a profile on you, Nuance Bro. Congratulations.
Yeah, you finally got a biopic.
Oh, thank you.
Tom, were you playing acoustic guitar in the back there for a second?
That is, dude. I wrote this new song. Have you heard it?
No,
before?
can we hear it?
Oh, very.
That's it?
Oh no, it's a great song. It
Yeah,
goes
come on,
on.
Tom.
You can play it, yeah.
Sometimes I get so tense, but I can't speed up the time. To no
You in the
longer
bathtub, like cutting your wrists? Like, what are you playing?
This is freaking Guns N' Roses, man.
This isn't rules of attraction. Come on.
There's like The Office with David Brent pulling out the guitar.
You going through a breakup? You want to talk or?
I mean, who doesn't like to listen to a little Guns N' Roses every now and then?
Oh, I mean, I hear it every Sunday. Welcome to the jungle here in Cincinnati. So.
Yeah, this is good music to like have a glass of wine with. Just kind of.
Oh no,
relax.
you are going through a breakup.
Yeah, that's okay.
Tom, do you have any police patches?
I've got military patches. I don't have police patches.
I'm thinking of collecting police department patches.
It's funny you mention
Ooh.
patches. So there's these veterans are going to do a tomahawk night, and the entrance ticket to get in is a patch. So you buy the patch.
Like where they throw the axes at the wood? Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's tomahawk steak.
Oh,
So
steak. Yes,
yeah, it's steak. And they're all like, former military veterans. So the tomahawk, they're going to have like an Indian throwing a tomahawk on the patch, I think, something like that for the actual battle patch design. Should be cool.
Are you going?
Yeah, dude. You got to come. It's going to be nothing but a bunch of operators,
Is that the one you picked up in like Conroe or something?
Yeah, it's going to be in Conroe.
Okay.
And I think Wesley Hunt and I think Morgan Luttrell will be there. I don't know that for a fact.
Oh boy, my favorite people.
Yeah, they're good people. You'll love them. You can talk to them about, being in the military and all that. I'm sure it'll be great.
What do you mean? Didn't you say Wesley Hunt's like a Democrat or something?
No, look. This is what happened.
What do you mean?
Let me tell you what happened with Wesley Hunt. The rumor story that I understand is that when he first decided to run for office, before he went to the Republicans, he went to the Democrats, and the Democrats told him, "Hell no, you're too conservative, and we like Leslie Fletcher." And this was a long time ago. And then so he went to the Republicans, and they were like, "Yeah, we like you." And he was like, "Yeah, I think I need to run as a Republican. I think I'm conservative, anyways." And so that's the story. And then the Republican Party embraced him, and he's actually has a more conservative voting record than Dan Crenshaw last time I
So
checked.
wait, he went to run for office and didn't know which party he should be running for?
No, I think he approached the Democrats because he thought there was a district that he could win as a Democrat, perhaps. I don't know. I don't know what his line of thinking was, but ultimately,
I have a distaste for the guy for different reasons. I mean, have you heard about the infidelity stuff or what?
No, but I've got a story about
Tom, you're so plugged in. Other people I talk to,
I've got
they all know
infidelity stories, but they're not about him. They're about Dan Crenshaw. Like, I was going to tell you, I'll let you in some gossip real fast. One of my very good friends who will go unnamed and just quit the office of Dan Crenshaw and is coming back home and just met with the media in DC and saw like every file they had on him and was pretty blown away about what they saw when it came to being infidel and all the infidelity, not loyal to his wife. So there's definitely a lot of there when it comes to that and Dan, but I don't know. I haven't heard.
We've all heard the TPUSA girl like allegations with Crenshaw or whatever, but yeah, Hunt is I've also
Wait, what are these allegations?
Just infidelity. Like Republicans are always cheating on their wives and shit.
Sorry, I genuinely thought you said infidel, and I thought you were going to say like Crenshaw's a Muslim.
Oh, Tom,
I thought I was like, that's infinitely
infidelity.
funnier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's fine.
Terrible.
Well, they say with British politics that conservatives get caught on sex crimes and liberals get caught on finances, and it's universal.
So there's a politician in Oklahoma that he's like the same theology as me and Hannah, and he won. And so I sent Nuance it. Instead of like giving me a congratulations or something, he's just like, now you need 7,000 more. Kind of pissed.
Well, there's something in the order of like 7,583 state legislators, I think, in the country. So I was like, congrats, you got one. Just like
he's a House district, right?
Huh?
It's
He's
just like a House district in Oklahoma.
Senate district. I think it's Senate District
Senate.
32 in
Senate.
Oklahoma.
Senate, my bad. Excuse me. Okay.
Yeah, and I think his name is what is it, like Dusty Devers or something?
Yeah, Dusty Devers, and then we got here in
it's
Arizona
so
we got Corey.
close. It's another one of those alliterated names, and it's so close to just being Busty Beavers.
That's
I would
what I
have
was
loved
thinking.
that so much
Disavow.
more.
Bushy Beavers.
If he was Busty Beavers, I could get behind that. But Dusty Devers, I don't know. That's fun.
Is Monica on the menopause, or is that what's going on here? What's going on here?
Monopause.
Whatever. Like she is who she is. It is what it is. Who cares?
Look, she said I attacked her a while back.
Clown, the
She's
more
coming
you
after
ignore
you.
her,
Having a different
She's
opinion.
coming
Clown.
after you. You're a freaking cat profiler.
Yeah.
This is insane. She hates everybody.
This is why
Yeah,
I'm saying
Clown.
she's on the Menzies, bro. She's on the menopause.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, Clown, the more you ignore her, the more furious she becomes. So just ignore her, and she's going to eventually just come off as like a crazy old radical spinster bat. So, like, that's pretty much all you need to know.
She's a succubus. Her powers just grow with your
Yeah,
anger.
that sounds like the shittest Hulk that only gets off on like really far right conspiracies
Richard,
about
what do we
Israel.
make of Monica's unhinged behavior? Do you think there's more going on than her Twitter life, perhaps? Letting her personal
I don't know.
life bleed into
I was
this?
reminded
I don't know.
of
The menopause.
what you said was just kind of like a Smith song or something like, the more you ignore her, the crazier she gets. She's
Easy there,
losing
Morrissey.
control. Yeah. That would have been a good Morrissey song. But, yeah.
She's a double-decker bus, Richard. Easy.
I think there's a light that will never go out. That's my favorite. I'll just call it a Morrissey song.
That was one of the first
It's from-
vinyls I ever had.
I own it
actually. I
on
love
vinyl.
that.
I'm that much of a Gen X hipster,
Same.
unbearable.
Well, I'm a millennial,
people.
but
Yeah.
You listen to Chris Cornell, right? All the good stuff.
I'm not really into Chris Cornell, but Chris Cornell had a
not big into Bush.
Blasphemy.
Nah, I'm not. I mean, I've got some Nirvana albums. I'm not a huge fan of the grunge and all the stuff that came out of that. Chris Cornell's song for Casino Royale, that was a good Bond song. I really like that
That's
one.
a shame.
Yeah.
To be honest, Nirvana
My name.
are overrated.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was talking about this vis-a-vis Taylor Swift. So, musically speaking, or whatever, I mean, they're elemental or like childish or something. But I think with Nirvana, it's just like the time they did that, the whole vibe of that band, the historical context, you were shocking your parents, were turning the tables on pop music. I mean, I think Nirvana is like more interesting as a phenomenon than they are like if you were to like analyze their music and lyrics or something. But I do think that I still, that being said, I think Nirvana is pretty interesting actually.
Yeah. To be honest, I think most people don't like his music. I do like his music, but I think Marilyn Manson fits into that category extremely well. His early stuff was exceptionally interesting. You don't have to like the
I love
guy.
Marilyn Manson. He's the best.
I can't follow
he
you
got
on
blamed
that
for Colin.
down that road.
Look. The sting of his kind of alter antichrist ego gets taken out when you know his name is Brian.
Uh-huh.
But
Brian.
there is an element of truth in that counterculture, uprooting kind of this quote unquote Christian shock jock morality that was kind of permeating in the late 80s, early 90s. I think he played a very fundamental role.
I saw him live, actually. I went to a Nine Inch Nails concert, and this was early on, and he was opening for Nine Inch Nails. And it was actually pretty funny because I was so like crazily out of place at a Nine Inch Nails concert because I remember it. I think
you don't like Trent Reznor.
I like
You've
Nine
never
Inch Nails.
been?
I think they're cool. I think they're awesome. Actually,
Isn't that the loudest? Is that not the loudest thing you've ever heard in your life? Is a Nine Inch Nails?
Yeah,
concert?
it was totally nuts. I think it was in '97, and so I was like, I think I wore like jeans and a polo shirt or something, and I was the only one there who wasn't just like full on goth. nose earrings, dyed black hair. It was pretty funny, actually. But I mean,
I definitely lost some hearing. I know that for a fact. That was
it
in a
was
Bonnaroo, and
crazy.
I
He
think
was
maybe
breaking
2006.
strings on it, like head like a hole. They were just like breaking strings, and I really threw the guitar. And I hate to mention this, but it is worth mentioning. So Marilyn Manson was like sticking beer bottles up his ass on stage. I mean, it was, and
What?
yeah, I'm not joking. I wouldn't
Everyone
say
does.
that just to be vulgar. It was crazy, and he was not well known. Like this was I think it was '96 or '97 when Nine Inch Nails toured, and this guy, he was kind of like an unknown guy who was just like, he was the opening act, and he was just going, he was out of control. Some of these goth chicks were, rolling their eyes at this type of behavior. That's how I remember it.
There was a famous story years and years ago. Like this is when like there's like three websites in the world, and one of them was like there's a clock, and there's these two girls, and they were teenagers, and they used to follow Manson around, and they used to carve his name into their arms. They were like known as the Cutters or the Cutter Sisters, and Manson himself was interviewed about it, and he's like, I used to beg these girls like to just
Wait,
fuck.
side note, Monica has me blocked and I wasn't even on your guys' Twitter space.
Also, side note, true fact, Monica was
You're threatening to her. You're younger and
She blocks
also
the women.
blonde and all that, and then she.
I mean,
It's just so
there's lots of
weird.
resentment.
Well,
I wasn't even
also,
on the
this is a
spaces.
true fact. Monica was one of the Cutter sisters. The people don't know this about her and her
What does
history.
that even mean? What's the Cutter Sisters?
Well, these girls cut off parts of their bodies, not their personality. But yeah, I see the comparison.
She's
Marie,
Here she is
unfortunately,
today.
Dude, she doesn't even
unfortunately,
have me blocked. Why would she have you blocked?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she follows me. I don't know.
Because she likes to tweet out about us, dude. That's
Tom,
why
I
we
would
got
be
blocked.
shocked if she wasn't following.
It makes no sense because I think I followed her like a long time ago and I wasn't even on this space.
Well, clearly, you've indicated yourself as a daughter of
Guilt by
Hamas by calling
association.
for international law. So I don't know what your
Just
issue
about.
is.
Yeah,
Very
like Prodigal says, she's a mutual. I don't know what do you want me to do here. She's a mutual, right?
Not for long, Tom.
Well,
Richard, I think you're cutting out.
Someone's bugging these
okay.
spaces. This isn't normal.
Although I'd say Monica and Sebastian Gorka would make a nice couple.
It's called anti-Semitism.
So Stefanik
In
evoked.
fairness, he'd know all about it. Didn't his father get some medal for?
That's why I take Relief Factor.
Gorka.
But didn't Gorka's father get a participation medal in the Holocaust? I'm not even fucking around.
Trap me in this clever
Do you think
game. You won't
Gorka
do it.
Do you think Gorka will get an invite back to the Trump admin? Okay, that's the question.
Absolutely fucking not.
I hope not, but
I mean,
it's possible. Honestly,
look,
it's
if I get the invite to the Trump administration, I'll try to do everything I can to keep Gorka out. How about that? Is that a deal? All right.
Yeah, I don't think the Yoko Ono to the Lenin Gorka Trump pipeline is really that healthy. I think she'd get rid of that.
Who are other people that shouldn't go back to the next Trump administration now that it looks like, he's actually
all of them?
Gorka and Glenn Beck can probably star on some wrestling, and I mean that genuinely. They can probably do commentary on wrestling for a bit.
What about Will Upton? Can he go back? Is he okay?
What do you mean next Trump administration? I don't think there's a chance in hell he's going to win.
What are you talking? Of course, there's a chance.
Yeah, there's a good chance.
It's almost like
he's outperforming
50-50.
in the polls right now. Like,
dude, he got endorsed by Greg Abbott. Yo,
he had a poll that showed him
means?
up 10 points in Michigan.
Do you even know what that means? He got endorsed by Greg Abbott.
Expand on that for us.
Comprehend that. Go for it.
All right, I'll bet you another $100 nuance that Trump doesn't win next year.
Does this include
wait, Andy? How confident are you that he doesn't win the nomination?
What I've been saying is that he's going to win the nomination, and then the DOJ is going to indict him for treason and rebellion, and then have a quick conviction and render him ineligible for office. So they'll do that in between the nomination and the general election.
Is this before or after he sets up a Vichy government in the south?
So how about another $100? Trump is not our president in after the general election.
That Vichy comment went underappreciated. I liked it.
No, I think he stands a quite a good chance of winning. I think Biden's foreign policy has really stung him in the ass badly. He's dipping on some pretty reliable polls. Now, look, they can swing and change. Biden's best chance is, I think you're right, that Trump becomes ineligible based on a conviction. But in terms of like a 1-to-1, I think he stands a good chance.
The Republican Party is so fractured now. Like we have these like pro-Zionist Republicans, these anti-Zionist Republicans. We have neocons. We have there's got to be like 6 different fractures within the Republican Party. I'm a Republican, and I'm not going to vote for Trump.
You're not the typical Republican voter.
Yeah, you're really not, man.
The
Most
left
people
has Zionists and anti-Zionists too, though.
But would you just not vote then if it was between, say, Biden and Trump? Would you just spoil
No,
the vote?
I'm going to write in Dusty Devers.
Yeah, reasonable.
I'm gonna write in Busty Beavers.
God.
You know, my hope is from talking to someone. Oh, sorry. No, it's okay. My hope is that Alina Habba gets Attorney General. Have you seen what she looks like?
Yeah, we know Hubba. We get it.
No, what does she look like?
Is that why Trump hired her? Or was it for her legal intellect?
Of course, Trump always hires chicks based on their looks. Like, this isn't new news.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I think that's one reason my friend stands a good chance of getting a job with the Trump administration. She's a really good-looking girl, and she's smart too.
Oh,
So.
that's secondary, Tom.
Yeah, well,
yeah, that actually counts against you. Frankly.
Well, good thing she's got the first things first, and for her, I mean, she's taking care of business. You know, it's good.
Is Dusty that abolitionist from Oklahoma, Andy?
Oh, very good, Simon. You know who he is. Yes, okay. He is.
Yeah.
So who shouldn't go back to the Trump administration? Who's the absolute top of the list?
All of them.
Kushner, probably.
Clean house.
Bolton.
Steve Bannon.
Pompeo.
Because what's okay here? Andy, let's be serious. If Trump, whoever Trump hires, if they turn out to not be good, he's not going to take any blame, right? Because it's like, well, he hires the best people, but they're the ones that screwed up. It's not his fault they were bad.
Okay, if you're not going to hire these people, then who are you going to hire? How about that?
Stephen Miller for press secretary.
I like that, actually. I like that a lot.
No.
Which Stephen Miller?
The one who has a hot wife.
Talking about the comedian, right?
Yeah, I'd rather have the comedian from Brooklyn.
Yeah, I'd rather
have
the
mustache.
Comedian too.
That'd be based.
Stephen Wright?
No, the other Stephen Miller.
Stephen Wright. I'm just gonna do.
They asked me if I ever fell asleep driving. I said no, but I've woken up driving.
Nuance, how do you feel about that recall of the Teslas?
I bought powdered water.
Dude, the recall, every time I see a headline that says like a gazillion Teslas recalled, it's
total recall. Total.
Yeah, it's the dumbest shit because everyone thinks like, oh, recalls. That's when you have to like physically send the car to the shop, and they have to. It's going to cost them
What do
a
you do?
ton of money.
Connect it to Wi-Fi? Is that the recall? Is that it?
No, it's literally just they're just doing a software update that makes the car, safer in the eyes of the government.
It's
Here's
like
what basically happened. Like NHTSA or whatever the governing body is, they're not happy with autopilot because they're pussies, and they're like, oh, because it doesn't tell the driver enough to pay attention to the road. It's like, oh, it drives itself too much is basically what they're saying, even though the data shows that you're safer on autopilot than you are just driving normally, and especially compared to other vehicles on the road.
Well, what happened to all those cruise cars? The cruise had to take them all off the road in Austin, California. What's the deal with that autopilot?
So those are
different cars.
different technology. I think they use like LiDAR, and they're like supposed to be completely unmanned, which is different than having a person behind the vehicle. And most of the autopilot stuff when it comes to Teslas is done on the highways anyway, at least from my understanding. It's not like city streets or whatever, even though you can do full self-driving for that. I personally don't like doing that on city streets. I like to just have it for the highway mostly, because I like to be in control in the city. But yeah, basically they were like, oh, just make an update so it alerts the driver more to, put their hand on the steering wheel and stuff. That's really what this whole thing is about. So they're like, okay, whatever. So they push out an update, and they're like, 2 million vehicles recalled. It's like, not really, but okay.
Someone's fucking with this space, man. My mic wasn't working. I couldn't hear anyone. And I've got full connection. Everything's updated. We all know what's going on.
Yeah, mine's fucking up
At
too.
least you sound better, because yesterday you sounded a bit sick. So
Yeah, I was a
I
little
assume
under the
you're
weather
feeling better.
yesterday. I'm feeling a little better today. Yeah, whatever Adam has, I probably have. Similar type of bug going around.
Why'd you guys make out?
Oh well, maybe because I'm so single and ready to mingle.
Wait, what happened to that Portuguese girl? Whoa.
Well, that's none of Monica's concern. Let her just keep living in a fantasy.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
Zach's
She
just
into that
going tap
Portuguese
tap
girl?
tap
What was
tap,
that?
slaying bodies.
She's into that Portuguese girl?
Portuguese food.
Yeah,
Nando's.
Nando's.
God, I could go for some Nando's right now.
How about that?
All right, Nando's for the whole space. Let's go.
Oh, I want some Nando's now.
I'm about to go get some pizza, some Chicago style. It's gonna be
Tom,
great.
go to Nando's.
Tom, that's decadent, man.
We don't
You're
have
close.
that Nando's in Houston, but we
Yes,
got.
you do. You have
Chicago style
Nando's in
pizza
Houston.
is
Where?
nasty.
Tom, Post Oak. They opened one up
Oh.
not too long ago.
Okay. Well,
Why are you gonna eat that nasty ass pizza? Yuck.
No, look, we got local. We got a local Chicago guy that opened his own place.
Yuck, nasty. Ew.
As
what are you talking about? What's your
Dude,
problem?
that fucking
Loser,
cheese
double
deep dish is
loser, as if,
disgusting.
whatever. Get the picture done.
Deep dish
Thank
is
you.
nasty.
What's your problem, Marie?
Dude, it's like I'm from Chicago. It's not a good pizza. It's fucking
Yeah,
nasty.
Chicago pizza's trash. What's wrong with you?
So
What kind
greasy.
of pizza do you eat, Marie?
That deep
What are you,
garbage.
Luca? What are
I
you,
eat
Luca?
cold
Bad
pizza.
palate?
I
You
eat
put
my
the
cold
sauce
pizza.
on top of the cheese?
You like that
Yeah.
little thin little,
We like coal-fired pizza.
I don't eat that nasty
Coal-fired
fucking
You eat that.
from
fucking-
You eat that
Manhattan.
little
Why they put the
Italian
pasta
white
sauce
girl
on the
crap,
outside?
coal-fired
What the
white girl
hell?
pizza.
You eat
I
that
know
Giordano's?
exactly.
How is
It's not
coal-fired
bad
pizza
It's
white
just-
girl pizza? What are you
It's
talking
white
about?
girl sissy pizza.
What the hell are you
talking
It's not
about?
real pizza. It's okay.
Chicago's not real pizza.
What the
That's
hell's
garbage.
real pizza, Tom? Is it from
That's
Domino's?
garbage.
Like,
Pie.
what are
I
you
mean,
Real
that's
talking
a
about?
pie,
pizza is
man.
not
Little
where the
Caesars.
marinara
Oh,
sauce is on the
my
outside.
my
of the
apologies.
pizza. It's on the
It's only
inside.
real
pie.
pizza if it's cooked
You're right.
with Texas
You're right.
oil and
If you
gas.
want a good pie, you're right. You're not. It's not a pizza. It's not this coal-fired tiny little thing. That you feed the birds.
Coal-fired
the
is a
girls.
tiny
loves
little
DiGiorno's, too.
What? You can get a full-size pizza coal-fired. What are you talking about?
I guess
What
you
the
can, but they
fuck?
usually come
Are
out.
you
Yeah,
thinking? Wait, are you
coal-fired
thinking about?
caramelizes
And
the
Oh
they
my
got
god!
like
cheese.
Hold on. I think Tom is thinking about like a Neapolitan-style wood-fired Is that what you're thinking about?
Or Mod Pizza or Blaze Pizza?
Yeah, this is the same little where they just cook it real fast, flash cook it.
No, first okay.
Because it's small.
Coal-fired is different
sweet summer
than a
child.
Neapolitan style where they're like lifting it up to the dome and there's wood. And Blaze is totally, that's first of all, that's gas. Those are gas ovens, by the way, Texas oil and gas ovens.
Well, I mean,
no, coal-fired is fantastic. Like everything cooked on coals always tastes better.
I don't know about that.
Oh,
I mean, I like
especially if you're camping.
Charcoal is a
use
master
coals
race.
to
I
cook
agree.
something.
Like the only time I like to eat like rack of lamb is if it's cooked over coal. If it's not cooked over coal, I don't want to eat it.
So you can go to
Want those
Coal
Not even when
toasted
it's
in an
oven?
fire, when it's over
Delicious.
a fire on a spit, because Greek style, that is good
I like
lamb.
the French
No,
style.
listen, the
Provençal.
coal fire temperature is so much higher that it caramelizes the cheese. It's a pretty amazing process.
Yeah, they're like
Not to mention,
1,000 degrees.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super hot. That's what I was saying. But there is a place called Coal Vines in Dallas. It's very good. I guess that's what that is.
Huff Vines?
But it's just like this new age crap, basically.
How is it new age? It's
how is
the
it
way
new
pizza
age?
originally was
Yeah, that's
made.
the OG way, Tom.
Well, it's
like,
not
what are you
like
talking
that's what Americans have been eating for the past 50 years.
Yeah,
I'm
because
like,
pizza's
well,
not
Vikings,
from
there's no one
real
to do
here.
it.
Hold on, Tom. I
It's
went
cute
to a
to hear
coal
Sean
fire
talk.
place. It opened in 1913. Like, what are you talking
I'm gonna
about?
keep it
Yeah,
real because we
flower
don't
wearing
have that
hippies.
down
That's
here.
coal
Maybe you
fired.
got that in New York.
Yeah, because you guys got
you're a New
shit.
Yorker and y'all basically
Yeah, because
invented
Italian
pizza.
people
all
didn't
right?
move to fucking
Okay.
Texas. They
Well,
moved to
they
New
invented
York.
pizza in New York. Okay, what can I say? Right? Am I wrong? I mean,
It's
they
because
basically
of the water.
It was basically Sean's ancestors created the pizza.
Wait, which one?
You
Puerto
know,
Rican?
Sean's not Italian.
Is that it?
I'm
Puerto
not even
Rican?
remotely Italian.
You're a New Yorker, though,
Was
right?
it the Puerto Rican or the
Pizza,
Irish?
Pizza Gerald.
Let's get Mist back up here to confirm the Irish part that Sean did in regards to pizza.
Yeah, Sean, you got some Irish in you. That's the Irish pizza place, right? Coal fire.
What's an Irish pizza?
It's the
Probably
one
has
where
just
they
a
put
bunch of
beans in
Jameson
it.
sauce.
They put a bunch of beans in it and they put toast and they call it pizza.
They put a little
Bangers and mash
potato,
pizza.
a little potato instead of a cheese.
Oh, fish and chips pizza.
In
Got some
Australia,
potato
they put
slices.
barbecue sauce on pizza.
Family's family.
Like instead of tomato sauce, they use barbecue sauce. It's pretty good.
That sounds good.
Yeah, barbecue sauce is like a staple in Australia. Like they don't really use ketchup; they just use barbecue sauce.
Do they use ketchup for tomato sauce like in Germany?
They just don't like use tomato. Like they don't use ketchup. Like it's just like not really readily available if you go to like a restaurant. I mean, unless you go to like a tourist restaurant, maybe. But
Okay, Marie, I got to know, what do you put on your pizza? Arugula? What all? What
no,
goes,
not
a
arugula.
salad?
Arugula.
I put like onions, black olives, pepperoni, green pepper.
So
I put a
supreme
bunch like
pizza.
mushroom.
Not a big fan of the olives on pizza.
Oh, I love olives.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Black
agree with
olives.
Nuance, bro. You gotta limit your pizza toppings to the elite ones.
Well, like
so you do
that's
like
I love a
artichoke is
meat
good.
lover's pizza. Like it
Do you
just
do black olives?
Artichoke is good.
Green olives, black olives, or Colorado olives?
I like black olives, but I like red onion.
Whoa, we call them olives of color.
they're African American olives.
I don't know. When I make my pizzas at home, we just do like a bunch of different stuff. We make a couple different pizzas.
Do you put prosciutto on pizza?
Do you have a pizza
Yeah, it's
oven,
alright.
or do you just do it?
No,
in
I just use the
oven?
regular oven. It's pretty good.
You have like
but
a
we
stone.
have like
we use
our sourdough starter, and
Do you guys remember that Gwyneth Paltrow website Goop? There's a very famous thing in there about
it still
pizza.
exists. Yeah.
Yeah, where she says you've never had pizza unless you've had coal fire pizza, which is real and true. And then she recommends you get a coal fire pizza oven for your backyard, which of course costs $85,000.
Badass.
No, they don't have to be that much. It can be like
The one that she was recommending was $85K.
That's pretty cool. Sure, yeah, I'm sure it was. But
It's a necessity, though. It's one of the funniest articles ever. I definitely recommend reading it.
Dude, I would love to have a pizza oven for my backyard someday.
Well, that magazine is for people that are like Gwyneth Paltrow rich, right? They can afford that, no problem, right?
Yeah, they're not
the
that
goal
expensive
is
anymore.
sauna and a pizza oven for the backyard.
What about a gun range in your backyard?
Well, that's given. That's in the basement.
If I got enough land, for sure, obviously.
You can put that
Okay, just come to
underground.
my gun range.
They do that underground. Okay, that's the way I understand it.
No,
right?
it doesn't have to be underground. I don't even like indoor ranges much, to be honest.
I'm gonna have an
there's too much
outdoor range.
There's
too much
underground
reverberation.
tunnels.
Be outdoor for sure.
No tunnels.
You
down
can't do
underground?
skeet and trap indoor either.
I'm sure there's a way.
Yeah, I'm sure in Dubai they'll build one or
My
something.
grandma's house used to have a gun range in it until my dumbass
And a bowling alley?
uncle. No, just a gun range. My dumbass uncle removed it because he was like, "The kids are gonna shoot the guns."
I've turned my garage into a golf hitting area.
We used to just shoot cans in my grandfather's backyard. I'm not sure why we would need a
I think
range.
there's a pretty cool indoor range up in the Phoenix area where you can like rent pretty cool guns and shoot stuff that you wouldn't normally shoot.
I want to step it up a notch. I want an outdoor range where we can fire rockets and stuff.
An RPG range. I like it.
I want to blow up.
You could just go
tanks.
to the Gaza Strip, Tom.
I'm gonna buy tanks for my outdoor range at the army auction, and I'm gonna put the tanks at the range.
That's pretty cool.
Why don't we have
my dad used to have a bunch of tanks, but then like my mom broke them.
Like German tanks or
no, I don't know what type of tanks. He just would go to Florida and put them on his barge and bring them to Bahamas.
Just modern day Abram tanks, you know.
Give them like give everybody like automatic machine weapons, tanks, and you set them up, and you're like, all right, guys, here you go get them.
Yeah, I'm sure my dad's just gonna dump a lot of random crap on my property.
How expensive would that be? I mean, that'd be crazy. I feel like it's going to happen in my lifetime before I die, though. I feel like I'm young enough.
You saying a civil war, Tom?
No. For entertainment purposes.
Like a real life PUBG. Maybe that's how we start solving like disputes among nations.
Oh man.
Who knows?
So what invasion is imminent?
You don't know about the
You didn't
invasion?
hear, Cloud?
You haven't heard about the invasion?
Oh, obviously not.
Well, clearly super slow.
Cool. Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, you should go look up the invasion.
Yeah, give it a goog.
It's imminent, potentially.
Oh, that was a potential invasion on the news.
I don't know what you said, but maybe.
You sound like you're underwater.
Sound like you just said like something broken in German.
You sounded like Kaiser.
Easy, Tom. Careful. A lot of accusations have been flung around here. We don't want to be known as German speaking.
Amadeus.
So I should Google most likely imminent invasion, kind of, sort of, on the Googs.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, Nuance, did you see the tweet I just sent you?
What did you say?
Richard's tweet.
Let's see. What is this? Who is this? Oh. Oh, that's funny. Wow. Sean, did you see that the Harvard president Gay is leading a tiki torch rally?
No, I didn't see that.
Here, I'll post it in the jumbo. Give me a second. too funny. Man.
It's kind of I'm looking at the post. It's kind of funny.
You know, do you use that Adobe Premiere thing, Nuance Bro, that removes people and makes it PNGs like automatically?
No, I use Canva for that.
Oh, is that free or paid?
Paid.
Oh, because they shut down the free Premiere, the free like Adobe Express, whatever, on the internet or something. I couldn't get it to work today.
Canva. Do it on Canva.
No, I bought a program that does it for video, like a plug into my editing software. It's fucking dope.
Oh. Dude, you know what I found out for DaVinci Resolve? They have a thing for blurring faces, and it like automatically does it. It's wild.
What app is that?
It's for the editing software DaVinci Resolve that I use.
DaVinci Resolve. Okay.
Yeah.
I may have to send you a video at one point. I have some stuff I want to publish, but I don't want to do it unless I can blur the faces.
I could probably look up a blur face like plugin for Final Cut.
I have Adobe Acrobat Full.
But that's really cool that they have it in there already.
Yeah, it's cool. You get to watch it where it's like mapping out the face, and it's like it just doesn't. It's
How
cool.
expensive was that software that you have?
It's free. That's what I love about it.
Wow. Okay.
I used to use Final Cut Pro, and then I moved to PC, and I was like, okay, I gotta find something that works on PC, and I found DaVinci Resolve. I tried Premiere Pro initially. I'm like, this is weird. I don't like this.
DaVinci Resolve?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's awesome.
Cool.
I think I should make some chili. It's already made. I just gotta warm it up.
Easy enough.
What do you put in your chili?
Ground beef, black beans,
beans and chili, some
chili powder, cayenne pepper, salt,
spaghetti.
No spaghetti. I put marinara sauce, and I do liver, beef liver.
By the way, Nuance Bro, did you see the shoplifting down study that was released?
Shoplifting gown study?
It's down. Like according to this new
I don't believe that at all.
Yeah, did you
No, I didn't see it.
I think it's actually the opposite.
Yeah,
well,
I mean
what Sean's about to say.
Yeah, so I was looking into it. They picked 24 cities, no Philadelphia, no Oakland. Like there's so many like excluded. And even then they couldn't get it to go down. But then they took New York City out with their collection of cities and they got it to go down.
Yeah,
by
you can't
7%.
just do that to like that's just so ridiculous.
But there's like so many in here that are like missing that I talk about a lot. Like there's no Houston in here. There's like a bunch of shit that's missing. Like I don't understand what caused them to choose these 24.
It's because they needed to fit their narrative and say that shoplifting was down.
When you cherry pick, you can always get the data you want.
Bunch of fucking liars is what these people are.
Well, what's funny is they still didn't get it because New York, like they for whatever reason they couldn't leave New York out. So that then after they do the analysis with New York City, they're like, okay, all right, fine, we'll take that out because it's the biggest city, and that will make the numbers down 2,500 from from 2019, like 2,500 incidents when you pull out all those tens of thousands from New York.
They had San Francisco in there though, right?
They have it, but here's what I found interesting is San Fran is down according to this 5%. But what's interesting that I found out about California is that they seem to be charging a lot of a crazy amount of commercial burglaries and commercial robberies, like an unprecedented amount they're charging. So I think they might be changing some of the shoplifting to commercial robbery.
Or maybe those are related to the when they find it like related to the organized crime fencing operations or whatever. I don't know.
No, it's but the commercial burglaries, like they break into your store, right? But they have commercial robbery, and it's like, okay, what's the difference between commercial? What's the difference between a shoplifting incident and a robbery when you're in a store? And it's like a threat or an implied threat of violence. I think they're using that wiggle room because they're charging something like 75% more for commercial robbery than ever in the history of California in a bunch of
Wait,
these
what
cities.
year? What year is this?
So these
What's
would
this
be
law?
like 2020 to 2020, 2022 is where I found the numbers on the jump in commercial robbery charges in California. And what's interesting is that Los Angeles was doing this little trick, but then when they started giving out retail theft grants, all of a sudden their shoplifting stuff went back up like dramatically. So they started classifying it as shoplifting.
Is this California or San Francisco?
It's California, but they break it down by the cities that are charging these robberies. So San Francisco has like the highest commercial robbery rate, like randomly.
Okay, but
Even though they were
charging is also different than conviction because they had Chesapeake for a long
well,
period of
it's not even the charging or the conviction. It's actually the reporting, like how they classify the crime in their stats.
Yeah, I mean, they could just be more violent or whatever. I don't know. There's a lot of fuckery with the numbers when it comes to San Francisco and all that. Like everybody is seeing this increase, and then they come out with reports saying, "Oh, well, it's not as bad as this and that and the other thing." And you're like, everyone
Well,
can sense that it's worse.
there's also a problem in San Francisco is that people so they say it's down 5% versus 2019, but they passed a bunch of these stupid ass laws in California and San Francisco specifically, like in like 2015, 2016, those dumbass ballot initiatives. So it could still be up. I'm trying to track their data, but San Francisco PD for a large city has terrible police data. Like it's a fucking mess.
Oh yeah, they don't include a bunch of shit, and they used to publish the photos of those they arrested, and they don't do that anymore. That was a policy that changed.
Yeah, they won't publish them before they arrest them as suspects, so you can figure out who they are. But if they do arrest somebody, then they don't publish that photo either, and so they don't
Oh
want
well,
anyone to know who the
it's
criminal
worse than that, Tom. There's a murderer out in Oakland, a 7-Eleven. He shot a 7-Eleven security guard, and the police will not release the description of this guy. He's on the loose. He shot somebody over fucking donuts, and they won't release the
is.
description.
That's insane. These people gotta go. These people are. This is out of control. Absolutely.
There's some surveillance video that like leaked, but it's clearly like a 7-Eleven guy that like recorded the camera and like gave it away. So like you could barely see anything. It's like 180 fucking p, and the guy's
Right.
covered head to toe. But there are witness descriptions because he's a security guard. The clerk saw this guy. Like a bunch of people saw this guy, but they won't describe him.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know what the solution is besides encourage business owners to upgrade their security cameras, and I don't know. I don't know.
No, I don't. I've been in 7-Elevens. They have decent quality surveillance. It's just that this guy's
Wow.
recording it with his phone
Yeah.
off the screen.
Right. Oh yeah, that's right.
But the cops aren't releasing the surveillance video. I'm not saying you have to release the murder portion of it, but like, the part where maybe we could see something. But what pisses me off is they're not releasing a description. But if you have any tips on this guy that you have no idea what he looks like, then please contact Crime Stoppers.
Yeah, that's crazy. Stupid.
Yeah, what's worse than possibly apprehending a suspect is more racism.
Yeah, I mean, I watched a segment where they have the daughter like crying at the scene of the crime, and they're like, well, fuck this bitch, basically. We got to protect the angel.
That's just so sad, like, especially when people get murdered. I mean, we're really just saving people's hearts and minds for, like, innocent lives.
Listen, if you're in Oakland, Alameda County, sign the recall petition. Get Pamela Price out of there.
Here's a great post I just saw. So George Santos, I'm now open for subscriptions where I'll be spilling all kinds of and then coffee pot emoji on Congress, the media, and some celebrities.
Yeah, spilling tea.
But did he actually use a coffee pot? Because that would be funnier if he meant
I
tea.
don't know.
But
It's like a blue. It looks. Yeah, I guess it's a
tea
teapot.
kettle.
Yeah, it's a blue teapot. He must be worried about finances if he's he probably has all kinds of money.
Oh, he's seeing the opportunity. He made apparently $200,000 in the first 3 days of Cameo or some shit like that. So he's making more than when he was in Congress, and he's just looking to monetize this as quickly as possible.
I mean, that's unfortunate because he's not going to pay his taxes. He's going to be in jail for that too.
Yeah, this guy needs to go to prison. Just a criminal serial liar through and through.
Did he get the Legend of Zelda's seat, or did he get somebody else's congressional seat?
I don't know if it's Zeldin's seat, but obviously the only reason he's a member of Congress is because of the Zeldin boost.
Yeah, but I'm wondering what seat he was at. Is he from Long Island?
I don't know. Look it up. Who was his predecessor? It was a Democrat, wasn't it?
Possibly.
I think that's one of the ones they flipped, right?
I don't know.
I think that's because initially everybody thought the dude had no chance because they weren't banking on Zeldin being this, force of nature.
the best comment under his post is from someone named Autism Capital, and it's Yas Queen Slay. I love that.
I think I follow that Autism Capital account.
Okay, so he did get a Long Island seat, but he did defeat an incumbent Democrat for it.
Yeah, there you go. See?
By the way, his Wikipedia bio has a bunch of shit that I'm pretty sure is part of his fake story, which makes me laugh.
Like what?
Just different companies that he's founded and all that. Like, I don't know how much of it, if that's true or false,
You know whose spaces he spent a lot of time in, right?
What, Monica's?
Yeah, Monica and Stealth.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I've heard him in spaces before, back when he was running, and I remember we caught him like immediately, basically lying because he'd be in the black spaces and he was telling these black people everything they wanted to hear, like, oh yeah, support reparations and all that. Then he'd come in our space and deny it, and it's like, dude, we have people that heard you in that space. Like, what? It was so bizarre. The guy was a weirdo, and apparently. And nobody caught on to this until after he became a member of Congress, and then they started exposing all of it. It was wild.
You have to think that they all knew about it. They just didn't care because they wanted professing gay Republican.
No, I think they just didn't. They didn't think he had a shot, and then Zeldin shocked everybody and, like, just affected all the down ballot races.
Yeah, they didn't worry about it because they didn't think it was possible. Hey,
I mean, that flip is still there. I think they flipped everything in Long Island now for like the state and all that. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, hey, Nuance, I was going to tell you, one of the people that's challenging Tony Gonzalez is Julie Clark for Texas 23. She's down there in the audience. I talked to her the other night in a space. But what's up, Julie? Good luck.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm a Brandon Herrera supporter, so just.
Well, I mean, Brandon, you have a relationship
of
with
course.
him, I guess, of some sort. But it's something that needs to be done. I called people a long time ago, and I told them, I said, Tony's going to get censured. You should run. And a lot of people were scared to run against Tony. I'll tell you that much. They were scared. They didn't want to do it. But
it's understandable.
Yeah, they were scared. They did not, think so. But yeah, here's Julie right here. Julie, how are you doing?
Go ahead, Julie.
Okay, well, I have to jump in here after that comment, right? So, so people need to know the difference of. So, I have been involved in this county for. I'm not. Let me back up. I'm not a politician either. I got involved 4 years ago because I did not like the direction this country was going to, and as I got involved, the more corruption I uncovered, I was elected as the Medina County Republican chair, and what I did as the county chair was unprecedented. So, Tony Gonzalez was censored by the Republican Party of Texas. I wrote that censure against him. Um, 16 counties in this district supported the censure that I wrote against him, which tells you that we are ready for a change. We're tired of the corrupt representation. And also, Andrew Murr. I don't know if any of you guys know his name as well, that he was the person who led the sham impeachment against Ken Paxton. And
Oh yeah.
sorry.
Oh yeah. Call him old handlebar mustache guy. I thought he was going to shave his mustache on the House floor, but he decided not to run instead. So that works,
Oh, you why? Because I wrote the censure that passed against him 2 weeks ago. And so the difference is that I'm not a single issue person. I have been involved from election integrity to our border to 2A to our school board to CRT to mandates for vaccines all across the board. And the thing is that I was elected by the people and I did exactly what the people elected me to do, which was to stand up and fight against these corrupt people. So I have a proven track record that I do exactly what people elected me to do. And so I made it easy for people to jump in this race because he was censored and because of what I did. And if people don't know why he was censored because he continues to vote against a wall. He has continued to vote for more processing centers. He has voted for gun restrictions. He has voted for a government database to track your vaccines. He has voted to give more money to Ukraine. He was the only Republican in the country to vote against the rules changes with Kevin McCarthy. And the list goes on. That's just a start. And so people know that I'm in this fight for a reason. And it's because I love this country. It's not for any other reason to get a government paycheck. I could care less about going to Washington, but I love this country too much not to stand up and fight for it. And that is why I'm in this race.
I love it.
Yeah, it all sounded pretty good to me. Now, let's say you don't get the nomination. Would you endorse the person who, like, let's say it goes to like a runoff or whatever? Would you endorse the person that ultimately is up against Gonzalez, if it's like Herrera, for example?
Well, that's a great question, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But let me just tell you, we've already done a poll in District 23, and Tony is polling terrible. He's polling well below the 50% mark, is just what we want. And I am polling number two, way ahead of everybody else. Everybody else is about 1 or 2%. And so people in this district know me. They know me from being the county chair in this district. And so we truly believe this race will be between Tony and I. I'm leading endorsements. I have 50 endorsements. We're leading in fundraising. We're about $600,000. And so we truly need to get everyone behind a candidate that can beat Tony.
Julie, can I ask you a quick question? And I don't know who you are and anything, so please don't take this the wrong way. And I'll preface it by saying I kind of, it's just kind of a nitpicky thing that I hate hearing from people. But the first thing you said when you came in was, I'm not a politician. And then you kind of went on to list some of your credentials as a chairperson and like political offices. So like that does make you a politician. So what would you say to someone like me who kind of hates hearing that type of rhetoric of, oh, I'm not a politician, but I kind of am a politician?
Well, let me clarify, because a county chair is truly not a politician. And let me also just clarify too, in the state of Texas, I don't know what state you live in, a county chair is elected on the ballot by the people, but it's the only elected official position that is a non-paid volunteer position. So I did it for free. And what we do is we don't do any legislations like politicians. We run elections. We make sure that they're fair and safe. We
Sure. I understand that, and I think it's a little bit of semantics, but it is in politics, which
Yeah, that's,
by
Julia, by definition, you're a politician. As a chair, you're an elected position. You're elected by people. You do pass like resolutions for your county. The
I
le-
think what Julie
the
meant.
dictionary
Go ahead.
definition of a politician is a person who is professionally involved in politics, especially as a holder of or a candidate for an elected office, and your position is of an elected position. That's what you led with. So I don't really know you either, and I think anybody running against Gonzalez is fantastic. So I'm glad to see you run, but you're a politician. Just own it. It's probably better to just own it.
Oh, and that's okay. Everybody's going to have their own opinion, and that's completely okay. But I will still stand behind. I'm not doing this to be a politician. I'm doing this to bring back what the founding fathers made these positions, which were servant to the people, and that's where we need to give the power back to the people, and that's what needs to happen.
So, Julie, you mentioned, I guess, Gonzalez's vote for Ukraine and all that. What's your position on Israel and funding for Israel?
Yes, I do stand behind Israel. We need to fund them. They are our allies and our partners, and we need to do everything we can to keep our allies with us.
If I can further nuance this question here a little bit, so the nation of Israel in the past has done some things, particularly to the United States. We can use the USS Liberty attack as an example. So there's a growing number of conservatives, particularly who are not of like the dispensational evangelical movement, that are wondering why, as America First people, we should be financially supporting a nation in the Middle East that seemingly would pull us into another conflict that could last another 20 years after we just got out of Iraq and Afghanistan.
And that sells our secrets to China and spies on the president of the United States and has, engages in espionage with people like Jonathan Pollard on American soil, things like that.
Well, yes, and we have the same people here in the United States doing exactly the same thing that run this country.
So we should support both of those people? Is that the conclusion?
Well, no, we just need to make sure we start weeding through and we know who we can trust and who we can't. Definitely, we need to clean out this country.
So maybe a better question would be, why should we trust Israel?
No. I think a better question would be, what would Israel have to do to lose your support?
I'm not really sure I have an answer for that right now, but right now we just know that they're our greatest ally. And I'm not going to say I know an
United
answer to
Kingdom.
everything.
United
Wait,
Kingdom.
The greatest. I mean,
why
I've
is
heard.
Israel our
Hold
greatest
on, hold on,
ally?
hold on. I've heard greatest in the Middle East, but I usually don't hear greatest ally overall, like beyond the UK or like I don't know. That seems like a bit of a stretch. I mean, they're not even in NATO. Like we have NATO allies.
Well, yes, they are our partners right now, and right now with what's happening in this country, we need to keep as many allies on our side as possible.
Well, but doesn't this like?
Well, let me
tiny
interject
country-
here for a minute. Like, you seemed pretty passionate about saying that Israel is our greatest ally, and I don't want to believe that you would just throw out something, a saying like that without having put a lot of deep thought into it. So, what is your criteria for making Israel our greatest ally?
Hang on 1 second. Okay, sorry, I get interrupted here. I've got company at my house. Sorry about that. Well, when you look at Israel and why we support them and why they're our allies, um, if you look at the Bible and the fall of Jerusalem, that is the end of the United States. So you have to look at it also as a biblical.
Wait. I'm sorry to interrupt you here, but what does the fall of Jerusalem in 70 AD have to do with the the end of the United States.
It has a lot to do with it, and I didn't jump on here to
I'm not sure it
you know.
does.
Well, that's okay. And we all have different opinions, and you're never going to make everybody happy and stand on the same thing. I appreciate the opportunity to come on here and introduce myself, and let Tom, let me jump in here and talk about why I'm in this race. And I'll just leave it at that. If anyone wants to reach out, I'm happy to
How do
take.
you feel about Palestinian Christians being bombed right now? Does that sit well with you?
Well, it's all a part of war, and
Who
I
whispered
can,
that?
Julie,
Like,
just
I heard
Julie, just
I heard
FY, you can
someone
hear people
whisper
whispering your
something.
answers. That's not a good look. You might want to just hop off.
Did someone
It's not a
whisper
good
an
look.
answer to you?
This
What
is
was that?
forgotten. Just go. Yeah.
For someone who isn't a politician, you certainly give non-answers like a politician. Just saying.
Wait, who whispered what seemed to be an answer to you just there?
nobody's whispering any. Nobody's whispering.
We can hear
We
it, Julie.
heard
Sorry.
somebody whispering in the background.
I have different company here. I'm not going to sit here and defend myself. People, you can watch where I stand on different things, and
Well, I mean, I think that you have Nuance Bro in here, who is a fairly large YouTuber who reaches an enormous conservative audience. You have Tony, who's a journalist in your state.
He's
You
the
have
Texas paper of
We've
record.
got Richard.
you've got Richard Spencer in here, who's a
We've
journalist.
got
You've got
I don't know if Richard's a journalist.
Most importantly, you have an
There he
orange
is.
cat asking some good questions.
Yeah, Julie, we
I
want to
think this
help
would be
you
a great
because
opportunity for you to explain your positions to a crowd that is going to have an enormous impact on
You have a
Texas.
comedian from Ohio.
Because here's a way to look at it: if you can't field questions here, how are you going to fare on a campaign trail? Because people will ask you these questions, and you will have to answer them.
Frankly, no.
Nobody's going to ask these kinds of questions. These questions are these Israel questions are a little autistic, you guys.
You need to realize she's running in the Republican.
Hold on. Frankly, these are going to be the hardest questions she's getting. Like, she's not getting harder questions on the campaign trail. I can promise you, it's going to be smooth sailing question wise on the campaign trail. Julie, listen. I understand, like, these are tough questions. I'm not gonna pretend like these are easy questions you're getting, so I do appreciate you at least attempting to answer, but it is what it is.
Yeah, a Republican primary, guys, like you.
Sorry, Tom, that's the glitch.
You gotta unmute Tom.
Hold on one second.
Let Tom speak.
Hold on 1 second, guys. In a Republican primary, I ran statewide, and I really got any questions about anything almost, in fact. And if they were few and far in between, and they were oil and gas related, or related to the environment, or related to Wayne Christian's corruption, which was a real thing. And so that's basically what it's centered about. But they weren't really about foreign affairs. A lot of people aren't clamoring.
Well, Tom, hold on. To be fair,
Tom, how'd that race turn out for
you? Tom, you ran on a state. Like yours
I ran against corruption. It turned out great because hold on.
But she's gonna as a member of the U.S. House of Representatives, she'll have to answer those questions. She'll have an impact on foreign policy.
Let me please finish, please, before I'm interrupted by 8 people at one time. Okay. To address Tony, yeah, I did have an impact in the race because the things that I ran on, guess what? They didn't happen. I ran on, there was a permit that was being permitted for an injection well facility in the Sabine River Valley. That got canceled basically by the Railroad Commission. And they're starting to pay a lot more attention to the orphan wells they have and starting to address that in a way in which they haven't done before. So I knew I wasn't going to win when I ran, but I knew if I ran, I would make a difference in the way the
Wait, you're saying when you ran for office, you knew you weren't going to win?
I knew the chances of me winning
Is that what you're saying?
slim. We're very slim. We're very slim.
Julie, I got a hypothetical question for you that's not Israel related.
All kinds of crazy things.
If you don't mind. Julie, hypothetically, let's say a transsexual person wanted to donate $10,000 to your campaign. Would you accept that donation?
And if you don't know if the person's transsexual, how are you going to find out? Is that on your donation form? Check this box if you're a transsexual. Do you call your donors and ask them beforehand?
Well, Tom, it was for Julie, not for you.
The sexuality of this.
Tom, you're getting real defensive over this hypothetical question that has nothing to do with you.
Look, this is Tony's way of playing cute and trying to have fun, and it's
I
very.
always wanted to be called cute by you, Tom.
Well, I
Tony's
actually
playing fun
think
right
there's
here,
an
honestly.
important point we're missing here is, like Tom, you were talking about state issues, but she's running for a position where
That's
she's going to have
correct.
to make this. She's going to have to
Federal
make
issues.
decisions about
You're correct.
Israel and Palestine.
You're correct. Funding is a big deal, and people should be concerned. My opinion is and this is just my opinion, people should be concerned about how much money goes out of the United States and how much foreign influence from all countries comes into the United States, and we should monitor that closely. That's my opinion on the matter. It doesn't matter which.
Well, nobody's really asking your opinion. You're not running for office, Tom. We're talking to Julie.
We're trying to ask.
I was talking to Andy though, Tony.
No, I understand.
Well,
but
ask Julie a
I'm
question.
trying to
interrupted me.
I'm trying to explain why this is important, and I mean to be frank, Julian, I'm not trying to be rude to you. I'm sure you're
If
a
you
nice,
can
kind
be
person.
frank, can I be Steve?
So
you're Sean.
It seems like you haven't really researched these topics and know what you're talking about, even though you're running for the U.S. House of Representatives, and that's concerning, I think.
Julie, do you think the IDF is the most moral army? That's as is commonly said. A simple question, Julie.
Just
Just
say
yes
no
or no.
comment.
Not pushing you. Okay.
Plead the fifth, Julie.
Yeah, servus, guys. Servus. Good morning. I just wanted to greet all the J haters. Zagonel, Nuance, Spencer, Richard, name redacted. I mean, you are very, very
Definitely
famous
not
now.
the German guy, though.
Yeah, that's interesting. But I mean, that is also justified because
it's
for
a
me,
given, though. It's a given.
It's a given. Never again means never again. But yeah, it's unbelievable.
So hey, I got a question real fast. When is
Well,
the
Julie, thanks so much for being on. Sorry, these questions are going to be really autistic because it's
when
Twitter,
is the AK guy going to show up and do the same thing and fill questions? Because she's been in here, but he hasn't. So
wait, who hasn't been in here?
The guy that's
He's
running.
saying Brandon Herrera hasn't been in here.
I'm saying Julie got in here before Brandon did, and y'all are
what
all
are you
friends with him.
We've
I'm
talked
saying y'all
about
are all
Brandon
best friends. No,
I'll
y'all
be
are all
happy
best
to.
friends with him.
I'll be
and
happy to ask
hasn't been
Brandon
in
these
here
same
yet.
questions.
Hold on. I said this before she even came up that I support Brandon. This isn't a freaking secret, dude.
No, but she is answering questions in here before he is. Will you acknowledge that or no?
No, he already did a space. What are you talking about?
I haven't seen it.
It was with Ashley
just because
St.
you
Clair.
didn't see it, Tom, doesn't mean that's the measure of whether it happened or not.
And y'all did the Q&A. Y'all asked these questions.
Yeah,
you
there
did a
was
bigger
a Q&A.
space with
in
more
fact,
people.
The other guy, I forget the name of the other guy, but he was in there too.
Did you ask the same questions?
I wasn't in there,
yeah,
but I would be just as willing to ask Brandon these questions if I had the opportunity to. I wouldn't skimp out on asking these questions.
I was just wondering because I've never seen this space.
If a tree falls in a forest and Tom isn't there to hear it, does a forest even exist? I don't think so.
Well, as far as I know, it never happened because I never saw it.
It didn't happen because Tom wasn't there.
I got you.
You may call these
your side,
reruns, but I've never seen the episode, so that means it's new to me.
I follow all of y'all, and so I see everything. So did y'all not retweet
Tom,
it?
Tom, are you working for Julie's campaign, either in a paid or
not.
volunteer position?
Good grief, no! Come on, people.
Just curious.
Ridiculous.
Just curious.
Oh my god.
Why is that ridiculous? You're kind of helping with several campaigns.
Julie, have you been approached?
But he's never been a campaign manager, so don't you dare.
Have you been approached by, and you don't have to say the country, a lobby for a foreign country? Don't just say the country, just an abstract question. Have you been approached by a lobby for a foreign country expressing interest in your campaign or helping?
She's a candidate, bro. Of course not. This is like an autistic question.
How is it? Like, you don't think lobbies, certain lobbies for foreign
I don't think
countries
it's a serious
money?
question.
No, Kurt, that does happen. Like
it does happen, but it's not going to happen in this race. Like,
why
it's just
it
not.
happens all the time.
Okay, Julie, have you been approached by a foreign country?
No, not a foreign country.
Or a foreign agent,
a lobby,
lobbyist, a lobbyist, or a lobbyist with foreign country concerns.
It's possible, but I don't know.
No, it's very unlikely in this race.
I don't know if you're trying to speak or not, but you would have to press on mute.
No, I haven't.
Cool. Yeah, these questions are kind of goofy.
Yeah, that's more of a thing like when you actually become the
That's after you win.
After the
Then you get
nomination
pushed.
or
After
if
the
they're
nomination.
trying to actively primary the person. Like,
Exactly, and that's not happening here.
Julie, I have a couple questions for you. The first one is: Are you do you subscribe to a particular faith?
Yes, I do. Now, I jumped on here to listen to the what you guys were talking about. If you would love to ask me questions, I would love to set up a time to come on and answer questions, and
for
I
sure,
will field
yeah,
every
Julie.
question.
By no means do you have to. I don't want you to feel pressured to have to answer to
Well,
all these
I
people's.
don't feel pressure, but I've got company here right now, and I just sometimes I jump on calls to listen in and out of
No
things.
problem. No problem.
So, but yes, I do practice a certain faith.
And would you care to expound on which faith that is?
Catholic.
Oh, Andy, I'm so sorry.
Oh man.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm Catholic. What the hell?
Yeah, I know.
Well,
He
Tony,
said, "Yeah,
I
I
forgive
know."
you for that.
I don't need your forgiveness.
No, I'm just giving you crap.
All right, there we go. There's the big news tonight, guys. Julie Clark is Catholic. Okay, breaking news. You heard it here first.
Taking quite a hit.
Well, I
To
was
be
just
honest.
curious about her eschatological position, and I wonder if it actually goes in line with
Wait.
the
Here's
historic Roman Catholic
wait.
eschatology.
Hold on. This is the other question. Julie, were you raised Catholic?
Good question.
Yes, I was.
Okay. Because I'm trying to think, like, is this one of those things where, like, the politician is like, okay, what are the demographics of the area? Okay, we got like a predominant Catholic.
Well,
Does
so that's
running as a Catholic actually do a net benefit in any district in Texas? Is
If
there
you
like
well,
Hispanic
something she
areas,
said was kind of
Or Christian.
she mentioned 70 A.D. as having historical importance with the Jewish nation and the United States. So I'm curious if
yeah,
she
that's more of like a
disagrees with the
pre-millennial,
Vatican's.
right?
I wonder if she disagrees with the Vatican's position on eschatology. Would be my next question.
Dude,
Come on, you're not going to ask
This
you
is
that.
know
like
most
levels of
Catholics.
autism.
What is
You know more
most
about this
Catholics have
bullshit than I
no
do, and I'm
clue.
Catholic.
Honestly, like, look, I think Andy's question is legitimate when a candidate for Congress states that for religious reasons she supports a foreign country. But that's just my autism, I suppose.
Look,
As
she even if she disagreed and like didn't support Israel, as if you're trying to win as a Republican candidate, like you have no other option.
fair enough.
Yeah, that's why that's why with all due respect, these questions are really like kind of retarded.
But there's an
because
easy.
these are like standard things that you need to do and
But
say in order
Julian,
to win.
but
They're dumb questions. I'm sorry, they're just dumb.
but there's, I mean, they're dumb questions anyway. But there's an easy answer to answer them. If someone would ask me,
Tony,
Andy, wait a second. If someone would ask me, do you support X, Y, Z? I support America.
Well, that's
America
Kaiser.
is in my heart. America is everywhere.
Yeah, I know you think like this is an episode of Family Guy where they just go 9/11.
Kaiser wants to hear the speech.
But
He wants
like
to...
you kind of have to answer the question. You can't just say, "Hey, do you support Israel?" I support America. That's not an answer.
Why? It's cool. It's cool. I would do that.
Tony, like,
it
I
is
think
a
you're right.
hilarious answer. I do like it. Though. It is. Fun.
Hold on. So, Tony, I think you're right. They are kind of dumb, useless questions. But like, I'm going in depth with some of these questions because, like, the first thing she said when she came in here was, "I'm not a politician." Then she kind of said a bunch of
and I
politics.
agree with you. The politician answer was kind of a little goofy.
And so
she is, but the questions
taking her
about
at her word that,
this level of like nuance for like the Jewish lobby and Jewish policies, like it's important to like you guys, but like to 95% of the average actual voters, they're not going to give a shit about this stuff. Like this is just like our autistic space that is hyper aware of this stuff.
But here's the thing. While you're correct on that point, if you can get a politician on record to state something, and moments like that and answers on certain questions like that can create controversy and can create certain things.
Yeah, very true.
It's ridiculous. I mean, I advise against answering stuff like that mostly.
Wait, why would you advise Tom? Are you working on her campaign or what?
Tom's like,
No, I'm
come up
not.
to this
I'm
space.
just
We
saying.
got
Look, and I'll
Nuance
tell you
here.
what.
We got
When
Richard
you're a
here.
In my
volunteer,
professional opinion.
when you're a
Wait, you're a
volunteer,
volunteer for her campaign?
No. Listen, when you volunteer to run for a county chairman, and you, I consider that an elected volunteer position. Say,
Well, it
make
is
of
an
it what
elected
you
position.
say.
Well, they're all
Yes,
kind of
but it is
volunteers.
volunteer.
There's no draft, I guess.
Well, you don't get paid for it.
Well, all politician positions are volunteer. Nobody forces
we
people
say
to
Yeah,
we
run
but
could
for
some of them
office.
you
volunteer
get
army, but
paid.
they get paid.
Some of them you get paid to be a member of Congress. You get paid to be the president. You get paid.
Don't we
Some of these
consider
people
our
get paid
military a
to
volunteer
make money.
force?
Yeah, it's
Like
a
they get paid?
volunteer military, but they
Board.
get paid. So
I mean, some of these elected official positions, obviously, they make hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some of them make nothing, and they're much lower, like precinct chair and county chair. Volunteer.
I'm a precinct chair.
There you go. Volunteer. There you go.
I'm an elected official.
here's
Tom, is this the last time you're going to cut
all
it?
right, I won't ask an Israel question. This will be an
Oh,
interesting
good.
one.
Tony, did you have to run against somebody, or
No, I run
you're
unopposed.
muted right now. Hold on. All right, Julie. If national concealed carry reciprocity comes up for a vote, would you vote yes or no? Bueller?
try? It's the split. You can't unmute. Jeez.
Julie? Hello? Julie, yes, no, maybe so.
She may not even be listening. She may be
muting, unmuting.
Anyway, well, that was fun.
into her company.
No, I'm running unopposed, Tom. Nobody would dare try to primary me.
Okay,
You
so
kidding?
you signed up for a nifty chair and they gave it to you because nobody else signed up for it. Okay.
Actually, there was a guy who wanted to run, and I talked him out of it.
Okay.
You know me, silver tongue and all.
Talked him out of it. What did you tell him?
I told him I would give him $5 million in tranny money if he didn't run.
Is that it? Okay.
That's exactly what I told
And
him.
he turned it down? That's pretty notable.
He turned it down, and he didn't run. It's amazing.
I would take that money so fast.
Yeah, it's God's money after that.
Well,
I agree. Well, actually, it's mine, but
Yeah, yours first, then God's. You want to play Fortnite, Nuance?
Yeah, let's go play.
All right.
Hey,
Peace. Bye-bye.
Bye.